two horror icons, laser guns, kung fu, and space rape. We watched Galaxy of Terror. We watched it so you don't have to. So you know what time it is.
Horror, so bad it's scary. Splitting up is never okay. Plot, who needs it? Don't turn on the lights. Cars don't ever start, but that's alright. Running upstairs instead of out the door. Good acting, what do we need that for? Horrible horror, so bad it's scary. Enjoy the show, but not really.
What's up, Moongoons? Welcome to Horrible Horror, the podcast where we watch the worst of the worst in horror movies. I am your host, Lord Jedi Marshall Hampton. With me as well, not always, but lately always.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. He's back. You know him. You love him. He's everybody's favorite doofus, Mr. Nachos McWerewolf.
There's a place where you can feed your face with the greatest flavor in the galaxy. Go sailing on the seas of molten cheddar cheese with all the crunchy corn chips you can eat. Planet of nachos. Planet of nachos. Planet of nachos. Planet of nachos.
Boing. All right, Nachos. Welcome back.
How you doing, buddy, baby boy?
I'm doing all right.
I'm just over here living and dying by the crystals.
You know it.
Jesus.
It's the only way to be.
Hi, Sarah.
We've been. It's been a hot minute since we've been in the studio recording. Last thing I remember we did was the Naughty and Nice, or I should say. And then January, I didn't mean to be gone this long, but January it ended up turning to be a little bit of a hiatus because January was just got to be busy. We've had there was several birthdays in the month. There was a belated Christmas party, taking off weekends and some unavailability for people. And then
Life happens. Get over it.
yeah, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take another 2 weeks break, and I'll start up in February again. So here we are. We're back. So happy New Year, everybody!
Happy February, or as I like to call it, the 28 Days of Blade.
Oh,
I watch Blade like every night, Black History Month. 29, leap year.
is it a leap year this year?
I believe so.
Oh,
Who the fuck thought
how
of
can
it?
it be a leap year? It's an odd. It's a 23. Leap years are every 4 years. So there's no way it should be on an odd year.
Well, if any of our listeners out there know, call in the hotline number. What's that number, Marshall?
7404. Suck it.
That's right. If you can remember days in a month or something. Wait, isn't there? It's something to do with like knuckles. Like you count the knuckles.
I heard something. Yeah, I remember. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what that correlates to. But I remember there is something about the.
We are just
knuckles.
putting motherfuckers to sleep already.
Yep.
More than this movie.
That's right. So, anyway, yeah, you already mentioned the hotline. So if you guys have any suggestions for movies you wanted to give us, or if you want to call in, just leave a comment, a question, tell us you love us, or tell us you hate us. That's fine too. You can call in the hotline at 7404-SUCK-IT and leave yourself a little voice message, and maybe it will get played on air.
Just maybe.
Maybe.
Damn, Marshall, it's kind of cold down here. Could I get like a hoodie or a t-shirt or
Oh,
something?
you know what? We can totally get you a Horrible Horror
What?
t-shirt or a hoodie.
Wow.
Yeah, all you gotta do is go to horriblehorrorpodcast.com, head on over to the little merchandise section, and there's all sorts of wonderful things like shirts and hoodies and what we have beer glasses,
What?
and cell phone cases, mouse pads, stickers, bumper stickers, all sorts of wonderful things. You can get all sorts of fine stuff there for you to help support the show.
Well, it's funny. I Late Night Grindhouse had Chopping Mall the other month. And
Oh,
I
yeah?
went to see
Yeah,
that.
that's right. Yeah.
And
I was hoping to go there, but I was unable to make it.
it happens. They're doing Assault on Precinct 13.
Okay.
I've never seen that, but something. Chopping Mall Blue Lightning.
Yes. You can get yourself a Shopping Mall Blue Lightning I'm Blue t-shirt from there as well. You can get yourself a normal head shirt, a Why She Talk t-shirt.
Why she talk?
You can get yourself a, if you're a fan of the, related to this movie, sort of. If you're a fan of the old Humanoids from the Deep,
That's right.
Roger
Fish
Corman.
fucked the movie.
Fish Rape the movie. You can get yourself a No-Yo Department of Fish and Wildlife shirt as well, along with all your basic horrible horror shirts. The original OG logos and the new ones. It's all there.
There's been talk. A lot of people want it.
I hope.
People want the fucking Beer Goblin
Oh,
shirt.
the Beer Goblin shirts. That's one is unavailable so far. That was a special one and done shirt that I made for a gag, but it turned out to be very popular amongst the friends.
People want it.
If people want it, they need to contact me and pay me first, and then I will put in the order for them.
I mean, I'm totally fine with the likeness. That's cool. But yeah, I know a couple people out there, including me,
The Beer Goblin shirts.
because I would, of course, wear a shirt with my own face on it because I'm kind of a veiny prick.
So this week's movie is Galaxy of Terror. It's a sci-fi horror movie released back in 1981, trying to basically mooch off the fame and success of the original Alien movie.
Well, straight up, let's hear this fucking tagline. Where is this? Alien was the beginning.
Oh, yes.
Hell has just been relocated to a timeshare in Pensacola.
Fucking love that.
The walls bleed and shit.
So let's. It's written and directed, or it's written by Mark Siegler, William Stout, and Bruce D. Clark. Directed by Bruce D. Clark as well. You can find this on a lot of places. Apparently, you can find it on Tubi, where I watch it.
Love
But
Tubi.
apparently, it's also on Peacock, the Roku channel, Vudu, Amazon Prime, Plex, YouTube, Fubo TV, and Sling TV, Apple TV, and Pluto TV. So
And
it's
Sling
very
Blade
easy.
TV. Yeah.
And Sling Blade TV. Yeah.
This movie will find you.
The cast is actually surprisingly really accomplished and really good.
Yeah, Jim Varney. I was excited.
Yeah. Vern, he's who knew?
I mean?
So anyway, our main guy Cabrin, played by Edward Albert, he's got 132 credits. He's other than this, he's probably his most repetitive ongoing role was as Mr. Collins in all of the Power Rangers, Time Force shows and movie spinoffs.
I got no. We're talking the dude with the stash, right?
Yep. He's also in Mimic 2.
Dude.
For you comic book lovers who grew up in the 90s, might remember, he voiced Daredevil in the 1996 Spider-Man animated series.
No shit.
He also voiced Silver Surfer in the 1996 Fantastic Four animated series.
So this dude was he was busy with the Sabin Marvel shows. That's cool.
Then we have Aluma, played by Erin Moran. Might not be a household name, but you'll probably know the character she played. She's most famous for because she was Joni Cunningham.
God damn it! I knew it.
She was Joni Cunningham in Happy Days and in Joni Loves Chachi. So
it's funny and I want to say it's what in a foreign country I don't remember right now. They had to change the name of the show because Chachi means dick.
Oh.
So, hey, Joni, what's up? She's not being subtle. She's just like, bring it on down, whip it out.
Damia, I think that's how you pronounce it, Damia, played by Taffy O'Connell. She's got 32 credits, including Dismembered. She was Jane in New Year's Evil.
I remember.
She also appeared in Wonder Woman, the TV show, Chips,
Woman!
Rocky 2. She also appeared on Happy Days, the Incredible Hulk TV show, Knight Rider in Dallas, among other stuff as well. Then we have Captain Traintor, played by Grace Zabriskie. 164 credits. She's worked her butt off. She's recognizable Aaron's probably gonna lose his shit over this one because his ears are gonna start tingling when I mention this because she was Sarah Palmer in all of the Twin Peaks shows.
Ooh, get the obligatory Twin Peaks reference.
Yeah,
out.
she's been in Santa Clarita Diet, Big Love. She was Emma in the famous Grudge horror movie, the American version. Gone in 60 Seconds. She's been in Charmed. She was in Armageddon. Fern Gully, which was, I think, a vastly underappreciated animated film from the night. That was
Is Tim Curry the smog demon in that?
He might be. But it has Tone Loc as a rapping chameleon lizard or something like that.
That I do not remember that. I remember Robin Williams as like the mutated fruit bat or whatever, or like had little diodes in its head.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, that little sprite chick from Fern Gully was
Kind of high.
kind of get it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I agree. I was the same way.
I mean, like, I'm not mad at Tinkerbell or whatever.
No, but I take the Sprite over I take the Fern Gully chick over Tinkerbell.
That's right. Now, like, so do we shrink down from magic? Because otherwise, you're just bludgeoning an action figure with your dick.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of dicks, so I go to Schnucks earlier today. Guess what's there?
Food.
Motherfucking Wienermobile.
Oh,
I was
Oscar
gonna
Mayer?
get you a wiener whistle.
Oh, nice.
And I was gonna like whip it out and like, what's that? And it's about the right size. And anyway, well, that gag didn't launch.
That's okay. She's also in Child's Play 2, and most recently for gamers, will recognize, especially horror game players, will recognize her as the fortune teller in the Quarry video game. The horror.
Did you play that?
I did.
Was it good?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
So what? Sam Raimi or Ted Raimi's in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. David Arquette, Sam
fun.
Raimi, Grace Zabriskie, Brenda Song, and Ryan. I can't remember all their names, but yeah. Anyway, so then we have Quahad, played by Sid Haig.
Captain Crystals. Yeah,
everybody knows him, Sid Haig. So we're gonna move on. Core, played by Ray Walston. This fucker, again, everybody who grew up probably in the 80s and 90s will recognize this guy. He's got 156 credits. He died in 2001, but he was in Seventh Heaven, Ally McBeal, Star Trek Voyagers, and Next Generation, Addams Family Reunion, Of Mice and Men, the horror movie Popcorn,
Oh, no shit.
the titty movie Ski Patrol, Superboy, Saturday the 14th Strike Back.
Yuck.
He was in Friday the 13th, the series.
Yeah.
But he will probably best be known for playing.
Everybody's favorite Martian.
Well, yeah, he was in everyone's favorite Martian, Martin,
My
Martian.
Favorite Martian?
Yeah, My Favorite Martian.
Soul
But
Boy.
beyond that, he's even more, probably more recognizable for most people because the success of it. But he was Mr. Hand in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Son of a bitch.
And the
you're right.
spin-off TV show Fast Times.
I didn't know there was a spin-off.
I didn't know there was either until I looked it up, but yeah, there was. But yeah, he's Mr. Hand in Fast Times at Ridgemont High with the the famous interaction with McConaughey and all that shit. Spicoli. There. That's not McConaughey. McConaughey's in Dazed and Confused. Spicoli.
yeah.
Not yeah.
Because
Sean Penn, I think was.
He's kind of a boner. Don't tell him I said that. Or he'll beat up Madonna or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Next up we have Ranger, played by. Excuse me.
Is that my pubes?
Yep, that's
Sorry.
your pubes. Ranger, played by another horror icon in Mr. Robert Englund.
Kane Hodder. Wait,
Yeah,
what?
Kane Hodder. Yeah, this Robert Englund before he became Freddy. He was not Freddy Krueger yet.
You know what? He looks like a real nice guy you could just have a beer with and not worry about him molesting or murdering your children.
Yeah, or licking you through a phone or something. Or...
That's, you got to make those long distance relationships work.
Also involved in this movie, but not in the cast, are future actor Bill Paxton.
Yes, sir.
Who worked as a set dresser on this, and future blockbuster director James Cameron also worked as the film's art director.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, and he's the one who hired Bill Paxton to work as set dresser.
I love that. I mean, and you can kind of tell because, I mean, not to jump into the movie already, but like the set designs and shit look pretty fucking okay.
Yeah. Also, there's a horrible horror Hall of Famer.
Oh boy.
David DiCaprio got his first Hollywood movie job working as a production assistant on this film. So lots of connections involved in the cast and crew of this one. Pretty cool. Before we move on to the movie itself, I actually want to ask you something, Nachos.
What's up, boss?
So in the intro, I said 2 horror icons.
Mm-hmm.
You may agree with that, but do you classify, in your opinion, Sid Haig as an actual horror icon? Because to me, I said that because most people do, but I'm looking back, I'm like, I don't think I classify him as an horror icon status.
He's definitely an icon, yes, but he's like in the 70s and shit. He was doing all these exploitation films. So if anything, it also, because it gets lumped with the genre. And
he might be a cult icon.
Goddamn right, yes.
Cult icon,
yes.
sure, but horror, I'm like, I don't know if I call him a horror icon.
I can name.
Get
some brain tonic in us.
Yep. Nachos brought his fireball shots to Sid Haig.
Because you know how we do it.
And the damn crystals. Ooh.
Yummy! Wow.
So, how many of the 50 fireball shots that you got for Christmas are you down to?
Done. Dead fucking serious. Cincinnati Jeff and I just boom gone. I even fucking hid one of those candy canes. I hid it in his house, and I had Pirate Deadpool with the note "Thar be booty," and pointing. He had a fucking treasure map, and I don't know, dude. But them's is gone.
Okay.
Little pumpkin ass Cincinnati Jeff and myself just annihilated them. Didn't stand a chance.
Very good. All right. So let's move on to the movie. Here we go. Let's get back in the flow of this thing. So we open with the credits rolling over landscapes of some alien planet. And then we just jump. We cut to some guy running through the halls of a spaceship carrying what looks to be like a car muffler for some reason. And he's just shooting his laser gun all pew, 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 pew.
I would have laughed so hard if it was the same fucking gun from Laser Blast. That fucking movie. Sorry, bud.
As he runs, he finds various dead bodies of his crewmates. One has his brain exposed on the side of his head.
That was pretty cool.
Then some sort of creature appears on a monitor. I can't tell what the fuck it's supposed to be.
It's Dr. Claw.
It's just all blah, 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 floating around being all weird. And the guy starts screaming his ass off. And then I guess magically or telepathically, he just starts getting thrown around the hallway and thrown repeatedly up against the walls of the ship. And then it just cuts away to a shot of from outer space of the planet just floating in space. And that's it. That's the opening. Next we see some old haggard woman talking about the planet Xerxes.
Yeah, everybody knows that one.
Yeah, and how she is the game master or some shit.
Bitch, you ain't got no game.
Yeah.
She's fucking talking to Doramu or whatever the fuck.
Dormanu. Yeah. And she's playing she's a game master and she plays at the bidding of the all-powerful one, Planet Master of Xerxes. Sitting across from her is this mystery figure. It's not just Dormanu, basically. He's got this red glowing head. And you can't see any face. It's just this red glowing head. A monitor comes on and a guy tells them that they have lost all communication with some ship. So we're assuming it's the one from the opening that landed on planet Morgantis.
That's kind of a cool name.
I love the names they come up with in this movie. God damn.
I love their fake space sci-fi techno babble jargon.
Yeah.
Son of a android.
The red glowing guy orders the man on the monitor to get his ship for a rescue mission, and that he will be in charge of it, but glowing red guy will handpick the crew.
But don't tell nobody.
Yeah, and they are not to know anything. So, yeah, off to a good start there. Shortly after that, the captain of the ship enters and tells Ivor to get out of her station, that she's the captain of the ship and she's running this mission.
Dude, she sucks.
Yeah, the crew all get strapped in for takeoff, like they are when you have to strap in for on an airplane. Just strap in, but they don't sit they're sitting around like a dining room, like a table, like this big like the table in the mess hall. They're just sitting around there and they're all strapped in.
I do love this part. They're doing the countdown, right?
Yeah.
So fucking Bobby E, he's running and he's like, "Oh no, I didn't make it." And then
Taffy, yeah.
Hot Lips or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Sure.
Robert English's chair seems to be malfunctioning. So he's like, shit, what am I gonna do? And Taffy just like, here. She scoots back, spreads her legs, and Robert just like jumps in her lap.
Okay.
And she holds on to him.
It was kind of sweet. I like
It's
that.
weird. Yeah.
Also, let's check out the movie poster for this real quick.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
I love the
remember when
poster.
any of that happened in the movie?
That thing kind of looks familiar.
Let's explain to the listeners.
Yeah, okay, so we got Tarzana of the jungle, laying on a rock, with like this winged, skull-headed monster hovering
Dead-eyed looking
over.
shit.
And then behind that is this another alien-looking creature with a big brown head and empty. So that one is maybe similar to what you see later, but the
Break
wing
Slug?
thing, I'm like, I don't know. And it just says Galaxy of Terror. It looks like
An awesome fantasy novel cover.
I was just about to say it looks like a fantasy novel cover or like one of the old like
Choose Your Adventure books.
that too. I was gonna go D&D module cover from like the 70s or
Ooh, some
early.
Frank Frazetta shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, it's
You know what? We'll have Aaron
It's a
post it
treat.
on the IG.
So immediately we see that there's tension between Cameron and Balon. Balon tells Cameron that he's second command here and that Cameron better listen to his orders. He's just a dick Balon's basically a dick in this whole movie
he
for like
sucks.
no reason. Like there's zero, they never explain anything about him. He's just an asshole for no reason.
He's a straight up bitch.
Yeah.
He's like, meh, the whole time. He just has one of those faces you just want to bash him with a giant rock.
Yes, he very much does. The ship takes off, jumps to hyperspace, and I gotta say the hyperspace special effects are just...
They've gone plaid.
They're wonderfully bad and awesome. I giggled, but I loved it at the same time.
All right. Did you get Spaceball vibes or did you get like, what is it? It's 2001: A Space Odyssey vibes.
Probably more of that. Cause
Okay.
I'll say that more than Spaceballs, because I haven't seen Spaceballs in probably like 20 years or more. I don't know when the last time I saw that movie was.
Still holds up.
But I'm going to say probably 2001: Space Odyssey stuff.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Who the fuck? This boner.
Yeah, that's
Balon?
that's Balon.
Baylock kind of has this fucking Sean Penn like, meh.
Yeah, he's also got like kind of a curly afro hair thing going.
Oh man, nobody's hair was good in that era.
No, that is a good point. That is very true. So they arrive at Morganthus, and the ship instantly starts to malfunction, and it begins to crash down on the planet. Captain Trainter pulls some Top Gun Captain Kirk shit and manages to land the ship safely.
Oh yeah, the MacGuffin was overreacting. That's what it was.
So the exploratory team gets all ready to disembark. Tranter tells Ivor that she got him there. Now the rest is up to him. Then leaves the bridge. I guess you'd say Ivor was the same guy that was on the monitor talking to the red glowing Dormanu guy.
Professor Bigwig.
Yeah.
Yeah, his hair. That shit was out of control. He kind of looked like Hal Halbrook from The Fog.
I haven't seen it long enough to remember that, but sure, yes, good reference there. Good callback to that.
Thanks, buddy. No problem. That's why I'm here.
Ranger tells Ivor that scans have found the other crashed ship, the Remus, but all scans show no life forms. So the rescue team, they leave the ship, they head off. We also learn here that Aluma, aka Joni from Happy Days, is psi-sensitive and is some kind of empath or shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I called it.
Yeah.
She's nothing like old girl from Next Generation or anything.
Oh yeah, Deanna Troi.
Yeah.
So the team enters the Remus, and they almost instantly, and pretty much as soon as they walk in the door,
consensually enter the Remus.
yeah, they can essentially enter. They consensually penetrated the Remus.
That's right. With some space rape goop.
But pretty much instantly, as soon as they walk in, a dead body just falls down from the ceiling. It's like it's tangled up in wires and just falls down in front of them. Sid Haig
And they
whips out this giant fucking like crystal throwing star thing and chucks it at the corpse, hitting it in the chest, then pulls it out once he realizes that the thing's already dead.
Also delayed 5 seconds later. I think he was like, "Oh, I guess I could show off my crystals again." It's like, is it Quado doing his thing with his fucking crystals again?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
We get it. You have fucking crystal ninja stars.
Yeah. But my question was like, what if he wasn't dead? Like what if that guy was the sole survivor? He was up there hiding, and he jumped down because the rescue team's here. I can come out of hiding now. I'm safe. And Sig Haig would have just murdered this guy.
Nope, Marshall, I got it. They're magical healing crystals.
Oh, because they're supposed to be the rescue team, not an extermination squad.
Right, they're not the cleaners.
So maybe he should have waited just a second before attacking anything that moves. And this becomes a theme throughout the movie. For a team that's supposed to be a rescue squad, they just kill and fry everything.
My God. Oh, also, did you look real close at that body's name tag?
No, I did not.
It said jump scare.
Did it?
No. It would have been good, though.
J Scare. Just J Scare is his name.
Jason Scare.
I think if I ever wrote a horror movie someday and had a guy with a name tag like a mechanic suit, I think I'd just name him J Scare. Yeah, and put it on there.
I was watching a movie and I swear to God, it's like they threw a cat and it's like, what's the cat's name? Jump Scare. I think that was like Shriek If You Know What I Did Last Friday the 13th.
Oh.
That Criterion Collection masterpiece.
Yes.
That's fun though.
And then like it's not bad enough, like I said, and then Balin shoots the body with his big ass laser gun, which causes the body to fucking explode in flames and disintegrate. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, that poor guy probably had a family back home who maybe would have liked his body so they could have a burial or something. But these fuckers just like, fuck that, and kill and disintegrate everything they come across.
Well, and the motto of their crew, the CFS or whatever, in space, nobody can hear you rot. So they just... You know what? Because maybe ER2 or whatever at this point is just so riddled with fucking graveyards. This is their protocol. They just vaporize.
Maybe there's a protocol. They just vaporize everything now because there's no space for burial grounds or something.
But then again, maybe I don't
want
to
still
do this movie's
take him
job.
back. You could still take the body back for the family, for the records, for or study, and then cremate it and give the remains back to the family. But there's like, fuck it, nope, we're killing everything.
It's like, hey, Crystals, are you carrying that thing? Nope.
Balon orders the team to split up and head to different parts of the ship. So he's sending the rookie kid Kaz off by himself while the others are in pairs. So I think we know where this is going. Let's send the red shirt off by himself.
Right. I'm sure this will fare well. And so Kaz, he's the dude with the giant like blonde fro.
Yeah, he's just the blonde guy.
He just screams. And
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be all right. I think. Cabrin and Quahad, Sid Haig.
Crystals.
They reach the comms room. I think it's the comms room anyway. They find another dead body, so Cabrin shoots it with this laser gun. It too explodes in flames and vaporizes or disintegrates or some shit.
Well, maybe like dead men do tell tales, but vaporized men, they ain't saying
They ain't shit. But doing this sets off some kind of alarm on the ship, but it gets turned off nearly instantly, so I don't know what the point of that was, even why they even did that. Meanwhile, Kaz is jumping at like every fucking little thing that moves or he bumps into. And he's pretty much ready to shit his pants, and he just takes off running down the halls.
Yeah, Kaz, maybe this job was not
for this was not for you. So he eventually runs into Balon and Aluma, who are also joined by Cabrin and Sid Haig at this time. The team leaves the ship, heads back to their ship, but for some reason, Kaz the red shirt lags behind and hears something coming from behind him. He looks back down the hallway, sees nothing, so he turns to leave, and that's when he gets grabbed by what I can only describe as giant insect mandibles.
Oh, this was kind of cool.
And like this clawed hand then grabs him on top of his head. The claws digging into Kaz's forehead. Kaz is bleeding from his forehead. He's screaming in fear, and he gets pulled out of frame, never to be seen again. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, bye. So
the cause and effect.
Cause and effect.
Should we just say this right now? Because I didn't even realize. Yeah, popcorn. I didn't realize popcorn. What is popcorn? No, I picked popcorn out of my teeth. So the plot of this movie is space fear.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that until I read like the synopsis and shit after the movie. It's like everybody endures their own
Well,
worst
no,
fear.
that just gives away the whole ending thing, kind of. But all right.
Well, I mean, because I spent a good portion of this film just grabbing my head, like, what the fuck
is happening? Yeah.
Trying not to do my best martial or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently causes fucking fear was being torn apart by a giant bug.
Yeah. It's a weird fear to have.
I mean, I guess I have that now. I didn't really think about that one too thorough, but that's not on my list of things to do today.
Yeah. So, on a side note, I should have said this. This probably, I don't even know why I'm wasting time with this, but I
should. It's your show and you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Goddamn right. I should explained earlier when I was doing introductions, the whole. You guys for now know that Lord Marshall Hampton is a thing being ongoing for a while, but I added a Jedi part. This was new today. That's because my lovely wife.
Who?
My lovely wife. I know what. That's your thing. Don't make me do your shtick. Anyway, my lovely wife. She for Christmas, one of the presents she got me was a. She made me. I got this official Jedi Council certificate naming me an official Jedi, signed by. It's got the holographic seal on it and all this shit. It's like signed by Obi-Wan. It's actually really sweet, really kind of cool. I love it. But apparently, I am apparently now a registered Jedi.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say sex offender. Oh wait, that's me.
So now I am Lord Jedi Marshall Hampton, or Jedi Lord. I'm not sure which one I want to go with first.
Something of the Jedi Council. I'd throw that in there, right?
Yeah, of the Jedi Council. Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe you have to work your way up to that.
Yeah, I'm not on the council yet. I guess I'm just a Jedi.
Yeah, you're no longer a Padawan.
Yeah. So that's where that came from. I don't know why I wasted time with that, but I just wanted to acknowledge.
Well, I was wondering. I walked in here. You were cutting off your sweet rat tail.
Yep,
I'm like, what's that all about?
Well, yeah, I got promotion. I'm not a Padawan anymore. The rat tail goes.
Yuck, rat tails. Why was that a thing? And then why was Lucas like, yo, dude, Jedis need to look like Surfer Jesus and have fucking rat tails? But hey, anyway, apparently that guy's doing something right.
Yeah. So anyway, back on the main ship, the crew is gathered around Luma tells them all that she sensed a life sign around Kaz, but after he died, she no longer sensed the other life sign. And this made me wonder, like, how the fuck do they know Kaz is dead? Like, nobody was there to see it. Everybody was long gone. Like, how do they know? Like, what happened? There's a lot of inconsistencies in this.
Oh, yeah.
So we also learned that apparently they did find a survivor who they did bring back to the ship.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you never see him. But
I was going to say, I guess.
We never see him, but they say, hey, we found a survivor. But apparently as soon as they got back to the ship, the survivor locked himself in his room, but was somehow mysteriously killed. So you never see this guy. You don't see him get killed, but it's just through dialogue that this happens.
Oh my God, it was Space Freddy Krueger. Oh. Spetty in space. Fucking words. I use them. Freddy in space. Looking at you, Johnny.
Freddy X.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, I'd watch it too. Uber Freddy.
Dude. I mean, we already had Super Freddy.
Yeah, we did have Super Freddy. Demia, aka Taffy O'Connell, is examining the bodies, and she tells them over comms that Kaz died from massive hemorrhages from puncture wounds, and that the other body, so I'm guessing that survivor guy, is such a mess that they can't make out a cause of death. So again, when did they go back to Kaz's body? Nobody ever went back and said, oh shit, he's dead, let's retrieve his body. They just left him there.
They vaporized him too.
Yeah, according to protocol, they should have just vaporized them. These are the only two bodies they do not vaporize throughout the entire movie.
Oh, I'm not quite dead yet. Oh, you're getting vaporized.
You're getting vaporized. So Ivor starts scanning the planet's surface, and they find a mysterious point that may be the source of whatever field pulled their ship down.
Are you talking the cosmic butthole?
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, the team gears up and heads off to check it out. They end up at this mountain, which later they keep calling a pyramid, but it's a pyramid.
Yeah, tomato, pyramid mountain.
Yeah.
whatever.
Aluma says that she senses no life and has never felt something so lifeless and dead before.
Does she
Again, the
not
team
mean-
splits up in 2 teams of 3. Team 1, we have Balon, Kuhad, and Aluma. And in the other one, we have Ivar, Cabrin, and Damia, or whatever, in the other group. Ivar and his group start to climb up the mountain / pyramid, whatever the fuck it is, and they come to this giant hole in the ground. So Ivar sets up his rappelling gear and starts to rappel down.
All right, so I have a theory on this.
Okay.
So Sid Haig got the script, and he's like, Demiria, Quathra. No,
Damia?
I'm not saying any of these stupid fucking names. You know what? No, give my dialogue to other people. I'm going to talk about my crystals, and I'm out. That's it.
Yeah, to clarify on that, Sid Haig only has one line in the entire movie. He's basically pulling a Nick Cage from Willy Wonderland. He does not speak the entire time, except for one line.
Now, you know what? Do you think that was a Sid Haig move? Like, I was joking. You think, like, that was him? He's like, look, dog, I got some rewrites. I'm not, so my girl, she's been getting super into these crystals, right? It's like, go on, Sid. I like where you're coming from. It's like, so check it out. Ninja stars are fucking awesome. I like where you're going. Roger Corman, back me up here. What if I have ninja crystal throwing stars? You know, because I saw this movie, Kroll, you know. And then that's where they got the line from Blade. Yeah, he's got that thing he throws. It shut the fuck up. Anyway.
I love it. So as he's rappelling down, his rope comes loose. He starts to fall, but Cavern and Damia catch the rope. They save him. So he continues his rappelling descent. Then, from a fucking hole in the rock, a large sperm worm thing shoots out and latches onto him. Ivar screams in pain, but is able to pull out a knife and cut the sperm worm off of him. Then a second one shoots out and latches onto him too. Again, he's able to rip it off. But poor Ivar can't catch a break as 2 long, fleshy tentacle things with large gripper suckers at the ends of them come shooting out from the hole, latch onto him, and the back of these sucker things seem to have like vagina mouths on them.
Very hentai.
Yeah, very hentai. And one of these tentacles actually latches on right to his face. He's screaming. Cavern attaches himself to a rope so he can go down and help Ivar. But when he gets down there, all he finds is the empty, bloody harness and no sign of Ivar.
Whoa, so they dewormed Ivar?
Yeah.
See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
Well, ivermectin. Okay.
I liked it.
I mean, pee.
Shut up, Bill Burr.
Oh, fucking space Boston.
Go back to Boston.
Fucking Boston. Man,
We might not have any listeners in Boston anymore, but God, I fucking hate Boston.
You know, oh man, I remember on an episode I went on some tirade about Boston.
Boston sucks.
I've never
Their sports
been.
teams are terrible. Fuck Boston. They're
Did I smell a new T-shirt?
yeah, fuck Boston.
Marshall, Lord Jedi Master Marshall.
I think I might get a new T-shirt made. Fuck Boston.
I mean,
they're the worst,
dude. And Sam Adams fucking sucks. I mean, I'm not dying on the cross for fucking Budweiser, but dude, Sam Adams has like 3 good beers out of 900. It's like, bring me some pumpkin beer because I'm a fucking basic white bitch, and yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. So
Hear that, Boston?
Boston,
Fucking gunning
Boston.
Oh, fucking Boston.
Take your fucking accent and your weird ass shit and your No More Garcia Parra and your Bill Belichick and go shove them up your ass. You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
And there goes any Boston listeners we ever might have had. They're all gone now.
Well, if you're ever down in St. Louis, look me up.
Come on, Stanford. Come on, Stanford. That was from the Boston fan who was calling out Stanford from the Blues after the Stanley Cup game. He wanted to fight the guy.
Bad move. That probably wouldn't
probably not work out very well for you.
You know what? On my day-to-day life, other than not getting vaporized, I also try not to pick a fight with professional hockey players.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good rule of thumb.
Right. Fucking rules to live by Nachos Make a Werewolf.
Meanwhile, back on the ship, Captain Trantor.
Oh, you can't say that word.
Yeah. Tells Ranger to get off the radio and come eat with her and Core.
Eat that butt.
Core, who we haven't talked about Core yet. Basically, he's the ship's cook, and he's the oldest crew member at this point. He's just the old guy and the cook.
All right, were you getting like Ash vibes, kind of? Not Ash, Bruce Campbell, but Ash, Bilbo Baggins from fucking Alien. Okay.
No.
Bishop vibes? Oh, or Call vibes? Or David
I'm terrible right now because I remember Bishop. I remember something. I don't remember all the characters vividly enough to draw a comparison. So I can't say I really drew a comparison to Alien with any of these characters. I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah, good point. All right.
So anyway, Ranger enters to get some food. He gets food from Core as Trantor starts telling these old war stories that she never shuts up about. Apparently, years ago or some way back when, she's the only survivor of the Hespius or something like that, which was attacked, and she won't shut up about it. She keeps talking about these war stories, and almost every time she speaks, at one point in her dialogue, she mentions Hespius at some point.
Lady, get a hobby.
Yeah.
You did that to yourself.
So we jump back to Balin's group, climbing up the mountain pyramid thingy. Balin reaches the top, finds another dead body. So just like before, he shoots it. It explodes in flames and disintegrates like all the others.
He was just making sure it was dead.
Yeah, you got to make sure, I guess. Aluma and Haig reach the top and ask what he shot. Balin just tells him just another body. But this time, Aluma finally speaks up saying, hey, we're supposed to be finding out what happened here. You can't just keep frying everything. Thank you, Aluma. Thank you for that.
Do you think there was a subplot where he was like a spy from the company or something to kind of hush it? I don't know.
Maybe.
Let's not do this movie's job.
They find a giant door that leads into the mountain facility, and they're joined by Cabrin and Damia or whatever, who informed the others that Ivar was killed. Balin don't give a fuck, and he even says Ivar had no business being here. He was not a warrior.
Yeah, compassion, could you have a little? I mean, your fucking homie's dead.
Yeah.
They'll be like, he was weak as fuck. He was a space bitch.
So, where were we? They all enter the facility. Balin orders Haig to guard the entrance while the rest of them head further in. And for some reason, Damia decides, like, you know what? I'm going to go back and check on Haig. I'm going to go back to him. And Cabrin tells her, you know what? When you get there, just stay there with him and you two hang out. So we cut back to Haig.
See how long you can get him to not talk about crystals.
Yes. We cut back to Haig, who's for some reason just freaking out. And he's pissed. Okay, here's what happened. I'm sorry. I didn't cut this off. So they go in and the doors, before they go in, the door starts to close on them.
To do what a door does.
Yeah, it closes. So Haig thought it'd be a good idea to throw his crystal throwing star and like try to wedge it between the door and the frame to keep it from closing.
Right.
But the door closes and basically explodes the crystal.
And he is
it explodes in like
mess.
Crystal dust at this point.
Crystal meth.
Yeah, crystal meth. And so he's all pissed off of that. So at this point, when we cut back to him, he's freaking out. He's pissed off. He's like
having a tizzy.
He's
fit.
like punching the walls. He's all worked up.
It's like that part in fucking Boys in the Hood where he's just swinging.
Yeah.
Ricky. Oh, but he's like crystals.
So now, anyway, they eventually get the door open, or it opens again, and they all go in. So, but now they're inside. The doors start to close. So he rushes in between the doors because they close from each side, and they try to like brace one arm on each side of the door and try to push them open.
Here you go. I poured it in mine. I didn't put my mouth on it.
But he can't. So he's trying to do like the old Death Star trash compactor, like brace it, but he can't, and he's kind of forced out of the building. Like he has he's like kind of like, I can't hold it, and he falls out, and he's now outside the complex.
You know what? He didn't die getting smashed by some fucking door, so I'll give him that.
Yes.
What happens next, Mark?
But here we go. Here's where the weirdness really starts, and it just keeps going up and up from here. So now his shattered crystal throwing star, which is crystal meth, crystal dust, crystal
it
meth.
demethifies itself.
Yes, it's magically just reforms it right in front of him.
I thought this was something they do.
Yeah, no. Well, I figured if that's something they did, then why would he be so mad? He wouldn't be so mad about it. He's like, oh, they'll reform anyway. He would know that.
You know what? They should have gone with diamonds because diamonds are harder than crystals.
That is very true.
Yeah.
But diamonds don't get you that sweet, sweet high and fuck up your teeth like the crystal meth will.
That fucking chemical tornado. Fucking sleet. Cheers.
Cheers. Another one. All right.
To crystals.
Okay, so they reform. Haig goes over to them, bends down to pick up the crystal thing. Now the crystal comes to life. The crystal throwing star comes to life. It magically like stands up on end and then launches itself into Sig Haig's arm.
Yeah.
He tries to pull it out.
And it
because it like goes like
off?
underneath his skin, like it goes at an angle where it doesn't just come. It like actually embeds
like a
something.
real bad splinter.
Yeah, exactly. A really bad crystal splinter.
Boy, if I had $1 for every time I went to the doctor for that,
you'd have no dollars.
He's back again. No, it's crystals. No, let me guess what it is. Is it a crystal? It's a crystal. Yep. There's the drinking game for listeners at home or on the job.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I actually had it later at the end, near the end. I came up with another drinking game I could talk about later.
Well, you know what? Bottoms up.
Now we got 2 drinking games for this one.
And you know what? For our pregnant mother listeners, you're drinking for 2.
You are drinking for 2. So it launches itself into his arm. It beds itself underneath its skin. So he tries to pull it out, but when he does, it snaps off, leaving the bladed tip trapped underneath his skin. Haig
starts traveling up.
Yeah, he like burrows in. He takes his finger and like sticks it under the wound, and tries to pull the blade out.
So logically, how would you stop this?
Well, yeah, as Nacho said, the blade acts like a worm or and starts like moving its way underneath his skin up his arm,
like to his heart, I guess.
Yeah, like there's some kind of wormy parasite. Now, so as you said, what does he do? Well, take a guess, listeners. What do you think he does? I will give you a moment to think about it.
I'm going to give some multiple choices.
Oh, you're going to give multiple choices. I like this.
Does he produce a pair of pliers from a med kit and surgically remove the crystal chunk?
Okay.
B, say crystals 5 more times? Or does he C, punch his own fucking arm off?
Well, if you guess C, you're right, because he literally punches his own arm off. And if you guess that, well, okay, never mind. My joke doesn't work anymore because you gave choices.
That is a feat.
I shit you not, Mood. Hey, fucking punches his own arm off clean.
Yes, a clean.
That is fucking insane. And he does it on the first try in one motion.
Why was this dude
hit
fucking around with crystals if he can just limb people punching them?
Yeah.
It's like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, this is a fucking Mortal Kombat shit. Like, he just takes his arm like he hammer fists his arm like right above the elbow or something, or like right on the bicep, and his whole arm just goes flying off. Like, I still can't get over it. I've never seen that in any movie before.
I've never seen anything like that before. I've never seen somebody just have crystal shards in their arm and then just punch their arm off.
Punch their own arm off. And you're right. Like, if he can do that, he don't need those fucking crystals.
Right.
He should just go around just punching shit.
Call him Blood Knucks or fucking the Knuckler or fucking the Pugilist or Fist.
I mean, that shit, that's like That shit rivals Jason Voorhees' strength.
Oh, straight up.
Jason Voorhees punched the head off a guy. Everybody knows that.
Punching holes through people.
Punches holes
ripping
through
arms
people.
off.
Yeah. This is straight up Jason Voorhees level of strength. I will punch my own arm off.
Voorheesian levels of feet.
Voorheesian levels of feet.
Voorhees a jolly good fellow. Fucking crystals.
I'm giving you the clap for free.
And then I turned the movie off because you can't top that.
You can't
or
top
can you?
But that's not all, folks. Nope. Now the severed arm comes to life. That's right. The arm he punched off that's lying on the ground now comes to life. The other crystal throwing star, it grabs that one. Yep, that's it. The severed arm moves on its own, comes to life, grabs the other crystal throwing star, throws it at Haig, hitting him square like in the heart or the chest, and just kills him.
I like how you're saying that shocked and surprised. Who didn't see that coming? Come on. You punch your arm off. Logically, the next step is it becomes sentient and chucks your own fucking crystal ninja star in your chest. Thus, so was that Sid Haig's worst fear?
His
arm coming off and throwing its own crystal. Also, his line, I live and die by the crystal.
Yeah, well, there, you just died by the crystal.
Call that subtle foreshadowing or knock, knock, hello, bam! And then you punch your own arm off.
Oh, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Doctor.
Doctor who?
No, Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Okay, I got one for you.
Yeah, you like that?
You know what? I bet you if Doctor Strange were in... if they changed his name to Dr. Freak, he'd have to go around and like start licking people's feet and shit.
So Aaron.
Hi, Aaron. I mean, Drippy Daddy. I'm making that stick because that's gross. Do we go the subtext of that or just Drippy Daddy? Sort of little group chat. Yeah. Aaron likes to work out. I think everybody knows that, and so he left a little sweat angel when he was doing his Pilates or hot yoga or whatever
it is. Yeah.
And so it was a drippy, sweaty outline. I'm like, Jesus, fuck Drippy Daddy. Ain't nobody trying to see that shit. And then phonetically, that's kind of fun to say, so I'm making that a thing.
Making that a thing.
Oh, Drippy Daddy. Crystals,
yep. So, we jump back to Ranger, who's back on the ship, asking Core if he's seen the captain because she's not answering her comms unit or showing up on the ship's scanner. Core offers to help him look for her, and the two of them head off together to look for the captain. We jump back to Demia, who finds Haig's dead body, and just like Balon, she shoots him with her laser gun, fucking exploding it into fireballs and then disintegrate. So I guess you could say, you're fired. Yeah. There we go.
So, you know what? Maybe that is protocol now because they had some kind of viral outbreak or something. Or
hey, that has never been established in this movie.
It's the European cut.
The European cut.
Uncut. Where it's just drippy foreskins hanging out. Just goozing space rape ooze. And, it's like the fucking Resident Evil remake. If you kill a zombie, again, re-kill it, and then it comes back as a Crimson Head, maybe they're just taking those steps out. I don't know.
All right, maybe.
Or it's bad writing.
It's just bad writing. Yeah, she shoots this thing without any problems or second thoughts. But then... like, she has no reaction. She comes up, sees the dead body of her crewmate. It's like, oh, zap, 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 pew, 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 blow up, no problem.
What Crystals would have wanted.
Yeah. But then she spots the severed arm, which is now covered in maggots, and it's this. This is what sets her off. She screams in bloody fucking terror and cowers in a corner before finally pulling her gun and shooting the arm, frying it too.
Actually, Marshall, I can explain this. Those aren't space maggots, let alone maggots. They're cosmic mealworms, and she was sexually assaulted by a mealworm.
Oh.
So that's what triggered her.
Oh, okay.
Crystals.
Not crystal meth.
Right. Which, by the way, the captain fucking looks like she's on. You think they like?
she
You think
does.
they just like spray painted her hair fucking gray or whatever, like they did Roddy McDowell in fucking Fright Night?
Probably.
Okay.
So as I said, if things aren't already weird enough, hold on to your butts because it gets kicked up to 5th gear here, and it just keeps going up. I've said it before, but here's where it really fucking gets weird.
Ups the ante.
So, Demia attempts to call back to the ship, but no one answers her calls. Meanwhile, behind her, we see one of the maggots suddenly and magically grow into a giant dick worm. Demia, yep, you heard that right, a giant dick worm. Demia eventually ends up backing up right into it. She turns around, she screams. The dick worm attacks her. Using its smaller dick-like appendages, it manages to rip off all of her clothes while simultaneously covering her in lube.
You're getting raped in here. I'll rip off all your clothes. I am getting raped by a space worm. I'm gonna get my clothes off. Nobody can hear you in space. This one was not yet complete.
No one can hear you in space.
I don't want to say we got
Holy shit.
Space Nelly. Well, I think I broke
That
Marshall.
should not be that funny, but Jesus Christ, that got me. I want to make that a shirt.
That's
no
a
one
shirt.
can hear you in space. Fuck Boston and no one can hear you in space.
On the same shirt.
On the same shirt.
Your glasses are so fogged up right now, dude.
Can't see through them. Okay.
You gonna be okay, bud?
Yeah. All right. Here we go. So she's covered in lube now, naked. The dickworm then proceeds to fucking rape her.
Getting hot
Yep.
and heavy.
You heard that? Demia gets violently raped by a giant dickworm monster. She's screaming in fear and pain as this is happening, but then it seriously sounds like she starts enjoying it, but then she just dies. And that's it.
Coming as she's going, man. That's, what a way to go.
So
Yeah, maybe at first she was a little hesitant, and then she got into
yeah,
it.
I know that's exactly what it sounds like. She's screaming in fear, but then she's like, "Oh, wait a minute."
Like, it's
Oh,
a good
my.
her, like getting fucked in your ass,
Oh,
is what they told me.
oh, okay. So we jump back to the ship. Ranger and Core are still looking for Trantor. Suddenly, one of the ship's cannons starts to fire. Ranger learns that Trantor placed some kind of last-ditch safety override on her, some crap.
I thought she was playing like Space Galaga or something. Or regular Galaga.
Yeah, regular. And he turns to tell something to Core, but Core's now gone. Core's disappeared. Ranger heads off to look for Core now. Core leaps out from an alcove behind him and fucking karate chops him, all like fucking Austin Powers, karate chop to the back of the neck.
Right.
Knocks Ranger unconscious.
Space Grandpa Karate Chop.
Yep.
I thought he hit him with a pipe or something.
Nope,
Honestly.
just karate chop to the back of the neck.
Okay.
Core then finds Captain Trantor in one of the gunnery chairs, firing the gun at some ship that she sees on the monitor.
I dead serious thought she was playing a video game. Like that level in Dead Space, which, by the way, totally organic segue. I saw some of the new Dead Space, which is a remaster of the original. I'm fine with it. And one of the few times, like, they kept this shit, like, identical. And I'm fine with that.
Yep.
Because if not, somebody be bitching like, oh, they fucking made Isaac Clarke's suit slightly different. Anyway.
I actually never played the original Dead Space trilogy, but with these remasters, I might go back and check them out now.
It's yeah, if you got the new shit, because I don't have the new news, but the new console. Sorry, let me use real words.
Yeah.
But Oh, I got a good segue. So I'm at work.
Yep.
Working in the warehouse, and like my coworker comes in, and he looks a little high. That's okay.
Yeah.
And so we're working, and one of our coworkers in the back, he's on bereavement. His mom passed, and it's sad. And so we have a card. We're writing like, sorry, sorry for your loss, kind of thing.
Right.
And so they hand the card to my buddy, and then the boss comes up like 10 minutes later, like, hey, you wrote happy birthday on this card. I'm like standing next to the dude, and I just had to take a fucking walk. But you know what? Dude had the best response. Well, isn't his birthday this month too? I laughed so fucking hard. That's like, buddy, your heart was in the right place, and we passed birthday cards around and shit. The bereavement one was a new exchange, so he's not even wrong. But we fixed it with some whiteout, and right.
That's fucking priceless, man.
I'm glad I was there to witness that.
Yeah,
that's
hilarious.
Oh boy.
So Core tells the captain, like, stop doing this.
You're straight tripping, lady.
Yeah, and then he recites some shit about the past and the past Hespius incident.
Oh,
and that
devil is the brother's despair of doubt or something.
Yeah, some weird cryptic shit that makes zero fucking sense, whatever.
I'm like, okay, Galaxy of Terror, you're gonna start spitting intellectual fucking poetry on me now?
Space philosophy? I don't know what's going on
Which I'm
here.
all about, but not in this movie. Come on.
Yeah. Core tells her that his real name is Emuus or something like that. I don't know.
Little Anus.
Yeah, and that he's part of the crew. He was part of the crew on the Hespius, and tells her that she was a magnificent hero that day, that she saved his life. She's like, fuck you, accuse him of being a spy now and a liar, but you're saying that I was the only survivor. It's only me. There's nobody else left alive.
All about you,
Yep.
bitch.
She looks back at the monitor and sees that the ship she was firing at is no longer there. She freaks out. Core tells her that the screen doesn't lie. There is no attack.
I don't think she just freaked out then. I think she freaked out even more.
Yeah, even more. But she does start to calm down, but then she looks back at the screen, the monitor again, and sees the ship is back on it. So she's like, ah! And starts bam, 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 starts firing that cannon again.
And then the ghosts from Pac-Man show up and start beating her with the lead pipes.
Yep. And then she grabs this massive fucking gun off the wall and takes off running through the ship. Ranger now walks in asking if Core is okay because someone hit him in the back. And Core's like, nope, I haven't seen anyone. So, all right.
He's pretty chill about just getting fucking clobbered by an old dude.
Well, he didn't know it was Core, but right now they're already like, the cat's out of the bag. Like, they made a really shit decision by showing that the Core knocking Ranger out. What they should have done is just not show Core doing it and just show like a hand knock him out and never show who the hand belonged to. Because it just, okay, well, now like the red herring, it's not a red herring, the cat's out of the bag. Like, because the rest of the movie, Ranger's like, I don't trust Core, I don't expect. Yeah, and we know why now, but we're in on it. We know. Like, and it's way too early in the movie to give away your big plot twist.
So Ranger got a hand.
Spoiler alert.
So Ranger got a handy from a stranger.
Yeah.
They can't all be gold mines.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Stranger danger. There we go.
So Ranger starts flipping through the camera feeds on the ship looking for Trantor. He finds her in the airlock, but the second he sees, like the instant she pops up on the monitor, Trantor just fucking spontaneously erupts into flames. Just boom! Big giant fireball. Yeah! Fire! That's right. And she's gone. Boom. So,
wait a minute. Who's
So, where was I? Then a warning pops up on the screen saying main hatch open, life support pressure loss.
Well, who the fuck is this then?
That's her.
Okay.
Ranger rushes off to check it out. He gets to the doors, and when he opens them up, out falls the burnt, faceless body of Trantor. Like she just looks bloody. She doesn't even really look burnt. It's like her face has just been ripped off.
But her eyes are perfectly intact.
Her eyes are perfectly fine. Her hair's now white for some reason.
Well, she was already kind of fucked up earlier.
But
here's what fucks me up. Why is there an airlock? They clearly are walking around on this foreign alien planet without any kind of breathing apparatus or spacesuits, so they're already acclimated to this fucking planet's...
Well, the ship would still have an airlock, regardless of what planet, because you might go to a planet that isn't like that.
Okay.
The ship itself, I don't mind the ship, it should have an airlock.
Any ship worth its salt.
Yeah. Except for some reason, Star Wars ships never have an airlock. X-Wings, the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, they have like
none of them have airlocks.
They have that weird like force field thing they fly through.
On the big ships, yes.
Yeah.
On the big destroyers and the cruisers. But the Millennium Falcon, they just land on a plane and lower a ramp and walk out. There is no airlock on the Millennium Falcon.
Shit.
Or X-Wings, when they come down and land an X-Wing on the planet, they hop
what?
out. No airlock.
The
fucking Mandalorian's Falcon Crest, his ship, no airlock. He just lands and hops, walks right out.
Well, I'll tell you why there's no fucking airlock on that ship now. You know what? I am here to believe.
What did I say his ship's name was?
It's a Starcrest or
something Crest.
No, you had it. You were right.
Because I thought I said Falcon Crest, and that was an old TV show.
Nah, dude, you're good. You said, hey, you know what? If any of the listeners want to...
You can call the hotline 740-4-SUCK and let me know how stupid I am that I messed up the Mandalorian ship name and that I'm not a true Star Wars fan.
Yeah, and start a fucking fight with some 40-something motherfuckers.
Looking at you, Boston!
Yeah.
Looking at you!
Oh, fucking Boston ain't got no fucking airlocks. But, all right, I would like... Nobody can hear you on space. Okay, no, but I would like to believe that the reason we haven't seen those planets in Star Wars is because they've cultivated the planets and shit to have some form of oxygen or something. I don't know. Well, then you have fucking Plo Koon who has that breather apparatus because like his whole planet's methane or something.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's Galaxy of Terror. We can talk about weird space shit. This is half a fucking sci-fi movie anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why don't spaceships have airlocks in most things? They don't do it right. But in Mass Effect, the series, then
Mass Effect is smart as shit.
Mass Effect is awesome. One of my favorite game franchises, like all time, really, right now. But the Normandy 1 and Normandy 2, the Normandy ships had airlocks. They all had airlocks.
Marshall, do you have the dude from fucking Clash of the Titans up there?
Yes, I do.
Dope. Too bad you don't have Caliban.
Yeah. So dead Trantor falls out of the airlock. We jump back to the others back in the facility. They find Damia's dead, naked, and lube-covered body.
I mean...
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, wait. But there's another one. And if you look
some
close,
side titty on that one.
You can see part of her lubed-up bush.
Can you really?
Yeah, here's.
Oh yeah, just a little.
Okay, I
don't know if that's a bush
I
or
really
that's
wanted to like a dog's dick and then zoom in on it and then turn it around, but I didn't do that. You just remember that. I'm a nice guy.
Thank you. So Balon, being Balon, shoots her body. It blows up in flames. It disintegrates. She's gone. And the thing is, they didn't even check to see if she was dead.
You know
or
what?
not. He just shoots her, which is pretty fucked up. I mean, her body had no signs of trauma or damage on it, other than being wet and naked. For all they know, she could have been knocked out. But nope, fucking checking for a pulse or anything. Just fry the bitch. Just shoot her.
Yeah, I mean that's.
These guys are fucking homicidal maniacs.
You know what? Maybe it was eliminate the chance of there being some kind of slug baby monster thing. Or they didn't want to raise that.
Now it just cuts to everyone back on the ship. They're all back on the ship. Ranger enters saying all the locks are sealed, no signs of life on the scanners. They all sit around and talk about what's been happening and theorizing on who or what is attacking them. Aluma just wants to pack it in and go home, but Cabrin reminds her that whatever that field was that pulled their ship down is still active, that they have to find the source of it and stop it before they can take off and leave.
What, like the tractor beam?
Yeah.
Death Star.
Yeah, something like that. Core says that when they go back to the facility that he wants to go with them this time. So, again, yeah, they decide to head back. Aluma caves in. She goes with him because she doesn't want to be alone on the ship.
And we're talking Aluma is Joni, correct?
Yes, Aluma's Joni.
Her frightening eyes. She has the biggest eyes.
She does.
Like doll's eyes.
We cut to all of them back in the facility. Ranger starts telling Cabrin about his suspicions of Core and that he doesn't trust him. And they all start heading down through the corridors. Aluma stops, so Cabrin stops too to check on her. She tells him that she just can't go down there. It's too tight.
Whoa!
That's what she said. And that's this feeling she has is so strong that she just
can't fight these feelings anymore.
And she asks him, like, aren't you scared? To which he replies, too scared to be scared. Or, aren't you scared? She's like, aren't you scared? And he's like, too scared to be. And then he just fucking kisses her, and they both resume walking. He's too scared to be scared, and then starts and just plants one on her.
That sounds like a really dumb Rob Zombie lyric. Also, this dude, why did I just now Palpatine vibes?
Yeah, a little bit from the original trilogy, or not the original, the first prequels. The prequels.
All right, so which one is this?
That's Ivor.
Oh, he dead.
Yeah, he dead already.
Yeah, he got wormed.
Yep. So yeah, they both they resume their walking. Cut to Core
spacewalk. They're walking.
Cut to Core, Ranger, and Balon. Balon hears a noise and just starts firing off shots from his giant laser gun.
Fuck it, at this point, just do it.
And this gun is like 3 times bigger than everyone else's gun. It looks more like a fucking flamethrower.
It looks like I'm getting BFG vibes.
Yeah, it's
and I
huge.
don't mean a Bioforce gun.
No, it's a big fucking gun.
Come on.
Sounds like something Boston would say.
Oh yeah, fucking got a Bioforce gun over here. You spilled some chowder on my khakis.
Give me some Sam Adams. I'll just wash right off. No, that's Twang.
What did you mutate
I don't
into?
know.
You're like some intergalactic traveler that your fucking voice modulator got whacked and it just merged all the fucking accents.
Merged all into one.
Do you want to hear my really good Irish accent? I'm Irish.
Yeah.
Can't do an Irish accent to save my life.
So they find this tiny hole which they have to crawl through, but no one wants to go first. So Cabrin's like, fuck it. He just takes the lead and he heads down the tunnel.
Can we talk about these backpacks for a minute?
Sure. Let's talk about the backpacks. I won't say I don't hate them.
They're cool.
They are cool.
But they're impractical because, like, the harnesses...
It's not a harness.
Exactly. It's like a hook.
It's like a big hook that just hooks over their shoulders. There's no strap.
So the hook hooks. Gotcha.
Yeah. They're cool looking. They have these giant, like, floodlights on each side to light the way.
They look like some shit Master Chief would have.
Yeah, they look.
Maybe.
I will say they look good, except for they don't have actual straps. They're just like these hooks that hook over their shoulder, which would be, I think, those things would like dig into your skin. It would
That's
hurt.
what I'm saying. Yeah, dude.
It's so hurt
because that's gonna fit like 1 or 3 body types.
Yeah,
good,
exactly. The rest is either gonna be too big or too small for them.
The restices get stabbed in the breastises. There you go. But
yes,
I mean, so fuck. If it's already that big, make it a jetpack or like. It has a cool pulley system or something.
Yeah, who knows what they keep in there?
Only the shadow knows.
Only the shadow. So Aluma follows Cabrin. Follows him. Turns out the hole turns into be a big ass slide.
Whee!
So one by one, they all slide down this big chute.
And she's actually terrified of slides.
Yeah, she's terrified of slides.
It reminds me of the Kellensville water slide. That was dope.
They find themselves in this huge open room. Aluma tells Cabrin that she's still...
Wait, doesn't she get stuck?
No.
Who gets stuck?
Nobody gets stuck in this one.
I distinctly remember somebody getting stuck like in the slide, and then fucking like old boy comes in and like ass just wow.
Maybe it was probably Balon then or Ranger.
Fucking Balon turns into Drano.
Yeah. Illuma tells Cavern that it's still here as they gather their stuff and move on. Except for Balon, who lingers behind hearing strange sounds, but Cavern's like, he comes back, he's like, hey, stay with the group, stay close.
Balon.
Yeah. They find the control device for some door and start playing with it, trying to figure out how to fully light up some triangle thingy. Cavern tells Core to close the door all the way, but they didn't realize that Balon was still on the other side since he was hanging back.
Oh no, not Balon.
Yeah, so Balon's now cut off from the others. The room he's in goes pitch black, and some sort of monster with this giant triangular head, kind of.
Okay, this dude reminded me like when you walk in, you know, when you're on Tatooine,
Yeah.
which we visit often.
Austin,
Just
yes.
got to go back for those two suns, you know.
Yep.
You walk into the Tatooine on Mos Eisley, and you see that like Dorito-headed alien.
You mean
with
Mos
a-
Eisley on Tatooine?
What to say?
You said Tatooine on Mos Eisley.
No, that's how we say it there.
Oh, that's how you say it there?
Keep up, Mark.
Keep up.
Come on,
I'm
come
not
on.
in the... I guess I don't know the zeitgeist of Tatooine anymore.
Well, you'll learn one day. So, for a second, you see like the werewolf, the devil guy.
Yeah,
and
there's
then
that big triangular one. He's kind of like green or something.
It's got like that Dorito head. shit.
Yeah, he's kind of like this, only much uglier and
Oh,
it says even bigger.
don't be space racist, dude.
Oh,
you know, maybe he was looking fly as fuck.
I didn't say anything about race. I just said he was ugly. That is not racist. It might be insensitive and mean, but it's not racist.
God damn it. I may say mean, insensitive things, but I'm not a fucking racist. You've never seen me on a bicycle.
So, where were we? Balon spins around and starts to back away from the monster, which is advancing towards Balon.
Sexually advancing.
Like slowly too, like really methodically and slowly. But the monster fades away and vanishes from sight right as it gets up in Balon's grill. Balon starts spinning around in circles, looking for any signs of the creature. While on the other side of the door, the others they're starting to get the door open. They're trying to get the door open again. However, before they can get it fully open, the monster pops up behind Balon, wraps its large clawed hand around his neck. The claws ripping through Balon's neck open. And then another clawed hand wraps around Balon's stomach, ripping it open as well.
Yeah, this was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. Like you see kind of like a little bit of stomach or intestines kind of start to spill out.
Oh, and the whole time they're making the
Yeah.
noise.
And then the monster just drags a screaming Balon away into the darkness, never to be seen again. He's gone.
I hope that's in my obituary.
Got dragged off into the darkness, never to be seen again.
Right. And then I want somebody making Foley noises like... Because they were making some goopy space goose noises.
Yes,
That's
they were.
for sure.
So the others come running out to find Balon missing. Ranger says Core did this. Illuma's like, there's no way Core did. He's just an old man. To which Ranger says, yeah, then where is he? At that point, Cavern and Illuma now realize that Core is gone. He's not with them anymore. And there doesn't seem to be anywhere to go.
So he's not with the core group?
He's not with the core group. Yep. Where were we? So Ranger tells him that he keeps seeing something and then nothing. I keep seeing something move and then there's nothing there.
More cryptic bullshit
Yep.
from this movie.
Cavern tells everyone to stay together, that they can't afford to get separated. At this point, Ranger starts to lose his shit and he snaps on Cavern for like no fucking reason.
Yeah, like,
they're just
hey,
walking
best
along,
friend.
and the next thing you know, he just turns and starts like raging at Cavern, and even like pulls a gun out and wants to shoot him. He's
going
ranting
like
on about some
Buddy
shit that
Boy and...
yeah, like I don't even at this point I didn't care enough to talk about what he's ranting. I didn't make sense. Like I don't care about this.
I know the runtime of this movie is like an hour 15.
It's an hour 21 total,
And
but you take away like 2-3 minutes for credits. So yeah, let's call it an hour 18.
And just... we don't have time for this in our movie.
It ends with Ranger telling Cavern that he's going to stop him now, and he aims his gun at Cavern. Illuma yells at Ranger, which seems to snap him out of his anger, and then Cavern just like pats Ranger on the shoulder like, there, buddy. We're good. We're cool.
It's because he saw that stash and he's like, damn. That's a sweet stash.
Yeah, it is a pretty sweet stash.
I'm getting like Pierce Brosnan, kind of Tom Selleck.
Tom
vibes from
Selleck,
this dude,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Space Relic.
They regroup and move on. They walk through this lit triangular doorway, but apparently when they pass through it, each person seems to end up in a different location.
Oh, you mean the staircase that looks like Darth Vader's mask?
Yeah, but we're not there yet.
Oh, moving on.
But so yeah, they walk through this triangular doorway that's lit up in white, and then when each person walks through it, it's like they're teleported to a different section, and they all get separated. And then when they do step through, the doorway then vanishes behind them. So they're all kind of isolated in these weird tunnels. As Ranger is walking, he gets grabbed from behind. When he turns around, he finds himself face to face with himself. So now we get a Ranger versus Ranger fight. But it cuts to Illuma and Cameron, who find each other on opposite sides of this transparent, soundproof wall.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
So they start trying to communicate through hand gestures and like touching their hands to the glass like they're fucking inmates or prisoners or something doing that shit.
Or Star Trek 2.
Yeah.
A much better film.
We jump back to Ranger fighting Ranger. Ranger 1 gets punched hard by Ranger 2. Ranger 1 then shoots Ranger 2 with his laser gun, but instead of bursting in flames and disintegrating, nothing happens. Ranger 2 pulls out a combat knife, slashes Ranger 1 across the forearm. Ranger 1 shoots Ranger 2 2 more times. Ranger 2 just stands there and then starts to like twitch a bit and seems to be looking around in confusion. Ranger 1 says, "Blood, no guts. Can't be real." And then he laughs a bit, saying, "I'm fighting myself." Well, no shit. You can clearly tell you look at him.
Ranger danger.
Ranger 2 then looks at Ranger 1, then fades out of existence. Ranger 1, original Ranger, OG Ranger, yells out for Cameron and runs off down the hallway.
It's stupid, but the like mirror image thing looks really good.
It did look really good.
For like 1981.
Yeah, really good. We cut back to Illuma, who comes across this long...
Sorry, I gotta jump in.
Okay.
This scenario like this, you run into a mirror image of yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe an evil clone. Do you fuck yourself? Do you at least jack yourself off? I mean, it's you.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah,
I don't think I would. No.
No? Okay.
That's... Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, listeners, if you would totally jack off your mirror image.
Yes, let us know by calling the hotline at 740-4-SUCK-IT. I would love to hear if you would jack off your doppelganger, your mirror image.
Doppelganger.
Doppelganger.
Oh, boy.
So...
Jesus, Marshall, keep it together.
Yeah,
come on.
I know, come on. Illuma comes across this long tunnel glowing white at the end, so she starts to follow the light down the tunnel. She enters a smaller tunnel and she has to starts to crawl through it. She has to crawl through it, and that's when blue tentacles lash out from nowhere, wrap around her legs. She starts screaming out for Cameron as more blue tentacles start wrapping around her arms and her torso. The tentacles start to tighten around her, squeezing her so tight that they start to rip through her clothing and skin. They're burrowing down in her skin. The ones around her torso get so tight that her stomach begins to bubble up.
Daddy likey.
Then they snap through her, like breaking her bones and causing organs to get pushed up and out of her.
Holy shit, I do not remember this.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty graphic. It was pretty awesome. Then
up,
2 more lashes wrap around her, one around her forehead, and the other one wraps across her mouth. Like she's screaming in pain, and it wraps right through her mouth, like in between her teeth.
Doesn't her fucking head explode? Yeah, I mean, crystals.
These tighten and squeeze down on her head until Nachos gave it away. Her head just fucking explodes in a bloody, gory mess. It's pretty great special effects. This one actually looks really good.
All right, looking it up.
Cameron comes running up to the tunnel and finds Illuma's mutilated body missing its head. Ranger comes up now, comforts Cameron, and then next we just see the 2 of them in a large open room. Ranger tells him that it was his own fear that attacked him. Cameron says, I knew that, basically he says he knew it. He knew that once he saw Illuma's body, and that there's no horror here that we don't create ourselves. And if that's true, then it's finished.
That the Galaxy of Terror was actually the friends they made on the way.
Yeah. Now, echoing through the darkness comes Kor's voice saying, "Finished, Cabron? This has hardly begun. Or there has hardly been a beginning."
Yuck. One of this cryptic bullshit.
Yes. Ranger says, "Damn it, I knew it." Well, Cabron goes into his best Captain Kirk and just yells out, "Kor!"
That's pretty good, man.
Cabron walks up this long glowing like staircase. This is the one you're probably talking about. He ends up in this weird room that does look like Darth Vader's chambers. It kind of does, because it's got these like lines of like white tubing or white glowing light.
Oh, I was gonna say like it resembled the front of his mask. That's me though.
And it's running down the walls and then along the floor, and then they all converge and go down this good-sized hole that's just in the middle of the floor. And sitting on this clear glass or plastic platform that's like hovering above the hole is Kor, who has his back to Cabron. Now, this upcoming conversation gets real fucking weird and kind of confusing.
I hate it.
I was tempted to play this whole thing out for you, but it's like 10 minutes long. So I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm going to try, we'll break this down quickly as best I can. Cabron walks around to face Kor, and when he does, Kor's head starts to fucking glow red. He was the master from the beginning.
What?
Yeah, we didn't know that already because of the fucking stupid ass scriptwriting choices they made when they showed Cabron knocking out Ranger. They just blew the whole surprise ending.
What?
So Cabron says to Kor, "You know this place. You watched as we died and you did nothing." Getting pissed, Cabron pulls out his gun, shoots Kor with the laser, but the laser blast has no effect on Kor.
It only makes him hornier.
Yeah. After seeing that his gun has no effect on Kor, he says, "I will find a way to kill you for what you've done." Kor says, "Maybe you will, but why let your emotions get to you now? You've shown such an admirable control of your fear, you've already won the game." Cabron, confused, says, "A game?"
Tell him what he's won.
Alex, yes, here we go. Kor continues saying, "Yes, a children's game. This pyramid is an ancient toy, a brilliant initiatory
You got it.
Initiating toy for the children of an ancient alien race to see their deepest fears and to learn to control them."
But we're humans.
Cabron asks, "How does he know this?" And then Kor says, "This is where he became master." Cabron yells at Kor, "Why did she have to die? Why did they all have to die?" And Kor replies, "They all could have chosen as you have chosen until now."
So bad every time you say master, I just hear like,
Master! Master!
Master of puppets and
With that, Kor the Master gets bathed and surrounded by red light. Then the room goes dark, red flashing lights come on, and Kor is gone. Cabron starts walking around the room on guard. Then leaping out from the darkness behind Cabron is some sort of monster. I think it's the same one with the large triangular head that killed Balon, but I'm not 100% sure.
I thought it was, honestly.
Okay, then I'm going to say it. Yeah. Cabron fights it off, gets away from it, but then the giant dick worm shows up, trying to hit Cabron with all of its little dick-like tentacles, or dicticles, I guess. Dicticles. Cabron does a fucking leaping forward, front flipping, flippy thing.
Like Samus from fucking Metroid.
Yeah.
He's doing the screw attack.
Yeah, he's just, he flips over the dick worm, but he does end up getting grabbed by some of the dicticles. He fights them off too, gets away, and now the sperm worms with the vagina mouths start shooting out from the darkness, attacking Cabron. Cabron starts shooting them with his laser guns, pew, 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 and they all blow up in fire.
Many pews were heard that day.
Yes. The dick worm attacks again. Cabron does like a fucking somersault flip roll.
Do a barrel roll.
Out of the way, shoots the dick worm like 4 or 5 times, killing it. But fuck no, it ain't over. Not now, because now he gets grabbed from behind by the large insect-like thing that killed the rookie redshirt Kaz.
The whole damn squad is
Yeah.
here.
Way back in the beginning, Cabron escapes his grip, does a double forward flip. He flips through the air 2 times. He does a complete, what would be a 720 or something like that?
Our boy does a double jump.
He does a fucking double jump. Lands on his feet, turns, shoots the creature, killing it.
And I'm moist.
A pillar of red light shoots up from the hole in the middle of the floor. The red lights turn into a greenish blue. Now emerging from... And now the light, everything kind of gets bathed. Oh, you know what's going to happen.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you know what's happening.
I was in CVS the other day, and I thought of you.
So now the entire room gets bathed in blue light.
Yo, listen up, here's the story about a little guy that lives in a blue world, and all day
they
and
did
all
other
night and
songs?
everything he
Like a
sees is
yellow,
just blue, like
a
him.
Other color-related songs?
Inside and
Yeah.
outside,
I don't know.
blue is
I'm on it.
with the blue
I don't think so. They did have another good song. I can't remember the name of it, but they had another catchy one too.
It's like Paris 45.
Eiffel 65.
Thank you.
Oh, here we go, everybody. Start fist pumping.
Each other's butts.
Oh yeah. Feel the beat.
Marshall,
letting
that's
it
not
play.
the beat. Both hands on the table.
Oh, we're letting it play tonight. We're letting it play.
Have you seen these motherfuckers?
I actually watched a documentary on them once.
Marshall, you're an interesting fellow.
All right, so yeah.
Again!
All right.
What the fuck are they saying?
I'm blue, dabba dee dabu die.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah, real deep.
Deep blue.
So yeah, everything's bathed in blue light. Now
Sorry, what?
blue light. Now emerging from a tunnel is a wet, nearly naked, lube-covered Damia with her tits hanging out.
Yeah.
Then from another tunnel comes a one-armed Sid Haig. So one by one, all the dead crew members start showing up.
That's kinda cool.
They all start walking towards Cabron. He gets grabbed by Kaz, I think, and Illuma, I think. Or he definitely is Kaz is one, but I think Illuma's the other one. But this is fucking Cabron, bitch. So he just does a backflip. He literally backflips out of their grasp and starts kung fuing everybody.
You know what?
He's throwing...
We should solve more of our problems with backflips and kung fu.
I agree. The world would be a better place. He's throwing these high Van Damme kicks. He's tossing people around. The best, the absolute best is when he goes full on, wax off, paint the fence combo when fighting the one-armed Haig. Oh my God. Haig's just like going punch, just like just doing like trying to punch, like, you know, pivoting at the elbow, up and down,
you
up and
gotta
down.
be
up and down.
careful with that shit, because look what happened to his
Yeah,
arm.
apparently. And then Cabron's just like, whack, 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 whack,
Can we talk about their super queer handshake from earlier?
Oh, yeah.
And yes, that's a prerogative to gay people for once. Because you look at that shit, you're like, that's gay. Because it's like, I make a fist, and you like grab it and rub it. Like,
Yeah.
You give my fist a noogie? Fucking come
Yeah,
on.
it was so fucking weird. It was so strange.
Ugh.
It was like awkward. It's like one of those people like Hay goes in for the fist bump,
Yeah,
but
you
Cameron
have
goes
opened
in for like the
the-
handshake or something like. So he just like ends up like grabbing the fist.
I love that. If I see a high five, I'll go with the fist. It's like, whoa, you're a badass. You just blocked a punch.
So at this point, however, Haig is able to hit Cabron with a back fist, sending Cabron flying to the floor. He gets swarmed by all the dead crew members who seem, at this point, instead of like, they swarm around him, they gather around him, but instead of like attacking him, they just seem to like bob and weave over him. Like there's like almost like headbanging. There's like bobbing their heads around.
We used to do that to this mentally challenged girl in our old neighborhood. We'd give her acid and we'd all like stand in a circle around her and scream, "Nightmare, nightmare,
Jesus
nightmare."
Christ. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? God damn.
I like to have fun. Don't judge me.
Okay, so Cameron then just passes the fuck out. He just passes out, and all the crew members fade away. They're gone. Cameron is woken up by Aluma, who is softly calling out his name and gently stroking his hair and the side of his face.
As our friend Admiral Akbar would say, "That's a trap."
He wakes up, sees Aluma looking down on him, and he's like, "Fuck that!" And he rolls away from her. Aluma at this point just keeps saying Cameron over and over and over. And this is where I said you could turn this movie into a drinking game.
Oh boy.
Not just with this scene, but the entire movie. But if you drink every time you hear someone say Cameron, you'd be fucking done.
Drinking Cabernet. Wine joke. Oh, by the way.
That was a good wine joke.
Sarah loved that wine.
Oh, I'm glad she loved the wine.
Witching Hour, right?
Yeah, that was that one.
It was pretty tasty. I've been fucking with some wine. Not just Mad Dog. Your boy's getting a little classy up there.
Oh. Well, I'm glad she's putting some class into your ass.
Or a couple fingers.
Yeah. Probably both.
I'm a Muppet. Yeah,
So-
recover from that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, where do you go now?
She says his name 7 times in this scene. Yes, I counted. She slowly walks up to him, and he kind of like just stands there, and she reaches up her hands, grabs the side of his head, like, and she's like leaning in to kiss him, like they're gonna start kissing. But then she just starts choking the shit out of him.
Yo, he's into that, though.
Yeah, I think he's into that.
He's like, harder.
Cameron reaches out, and I swear he just rips off her tit. Like, he grabs a handful of something and rips it off, and you see like blood and muscle underneath it. So, and I think he rips off her tit.
You know what? Ripped her tit off.
He fights her off. He picks up his laser gun, shoots her. She explodes into fire and bright lights.
Dope.
And when the lights fade, there's Core sitting back on that platform, and all the lights are back to normal. Cameron walks up to Core, kneels down in front of him, and says, "Now it's just you and me." Core's head stops glowing red. Cameron stands up, and this is fucking nuts, because I did not expect this. Of all the things that happened in the movie, this is weird.
Oh, okay. Weirder than punching your own arm off or unconsensually having sex with a space slug.
The dick worm.
And dick worm. Oh, my.
Yeah, so Cameron stands up, and now all of a sudden, a whole series of like rapid fire energy bolts or blasts shoot out from what looks like Cameron's crotch and and they shoot into Core. Core gets lit up with all this energy, and this energy like glows around Core, then seems to leave Core, who falls over on the platform, and then the energy seems to get transferred into Cameron. Core looks up and says, "It is done." Cameron says, "You wanted me to kill you, and I have. I've killed the master." Core says, "No, only an old man. You cannot kill the power that is a master."
That's like some Doctor Who shit.
Yeah. Cameron kneels down to Core and says, "I will never do what you have done." Core replies, "Too late. You are the master." Cameron's just like, "Well, I'll just leave here. I'm just going to go." And Core says, "What, and let your planet plunge into chaos? That too would be the effect of your power, but you would still be the master." What? "That is who you are. You are the master." The two of them just look at each other for a moment, just lock eyes and kind of stare.
Making out.
That's got hot and heavy. Lemon party up in here. Cameron
goats.
Cameron stands up, pulls out his gun, shoots Core, who erupts in a giant fucking fireball again. So one last time.
You're fired.
He disintegrates.
How do you think Vince is doing?
Then
bring it on home, Marshall. Bring it on home.
So then the outline of a person sitting on the platform appears. And it just reminds me of like Eternity from the Marvel comics.
Yeah.
'Cause it's just like an outline, but like space is in his body. Like he's like it's just space.
Did you see Thor 4?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
That was cool.
I love seeing Eternity. Like, oh, Eternity, because he was always like my favorite cosmic being in the comics. I thought he was so cool how they drew him.
It dope as fuck.
Dope as fuck.
Shit gets Kirby, and you're like, what? Looking forward to Ant-Man 3.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
MODOK.
I still haven't seen Black Panther 2 yet. I need to watch that at
I
some point.
have no intentions of watching that film because, like, Chadwick Boseman, that's Black Panther.
Yeah.
He was awesome. And, like,
Yeah.
you're gonna...
I think part of me, I think that's why I haven't watched it yet, because I don't care. Okay, Suri's going to become Black Panther. I don't care. I think
we
that's
know that
stupid.
in the books, and not to get political.
Did that actually happen in the books?
Oh, yeah. She's, like, been Black Panther a shit ton of times.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. That'd be like, you know, Mary Jane's been Spider-Man. And
I thought this was just like, well, we have to pivot now. What can we do? Oh, well, let's make Suri her Black Panther. I thought it was something they did for the movie franchise, but I didn't know that was an actual thing.
My buddy Carlos was so pumped. He's like, Namor's like Hispanic now. It's like...
Yeah, that's weird. Like, Namor's like Hispanic?
I'm okay with that, but it's like, actually, no, because, like, you know, America Chavez and... Yeah, but okay.
I don't know. I'll watch it I guess I need to watch it. I don't know how it ties in, if there's going to like the Afro credits thing to see if it ties into Ant-Man or something else. I'm sure it does, but...
So, I mean, because Marvel, what they're doing with their shit, I really like how it's, like, super inclusive and down the line.
Yeah.
So they brought in...
don't tell me. I'm going to watch it, so don't give me any spoilers here.
There's a panther in it,
Yep.
and it might be black.
Yeah.
Ooh, and M'Baku's back. I loved it.
Well, I figured M'Baku would be back.
Man, it's just still one of my favorite lines.
Man-ape!
What? Ooh, yeah. Oh, boy. I could see why they may have changed that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Let me take a big swig real quick, and I'll tell you my thing. I love when they go to, like, M'Baku's village or whatever, and it's like, what are they going to do to us? It's like, I'll feed you to my children. I'm just kidding. We're vegetarians.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was good.
So
Anyway,
Galaxy of Terror.
yes. So Eternity. I'm just gonna say Eternity.
Yeah.
He fades away from view. He's gone. And after he fades away, Cabrin's head starts to glow red. Now we crossfade to an exterior shot of the pyramid. Fade to black. Roll the credits. Movie over. That is Galaxy of Terror.
Are you trying to tell me now the Cabernet is the master?
Yep. Cabernet is the master. So that's the movie.
Yep.
I guess let's do our favorite kill.
Don't act like you didn't love it. Favorite kill.
All right. Nachos.
You know, for being kind of a dog shit movie, this movie had some fucking cool kills.
Yeah.
I'm not giving it to Crystal's. Probably Old Girl when she became like a fucking tube of human go-gurt.
Tube of toothpaste? Yes.
Burnt Corpsey was cool too. I mean, was there really a bad kill in this movie?
You could... Well, the opening guy in the cold open, who gets thrown up against the wall, you never actually see him die, so you can say that's kind of lame.
Yeah.
Trantor's death was so fast that it kind of was lame. But the after result was a good makeup job.
Yeah.
Kaz
got fucking...
Kaz got... He didn't get scalped. He just got grabbed and like basically pulled away. So you never actually see him die.
That might be our lamest.
Yeah.
death,
Him
then.
and Bailey are basically the same thing. They both just got pulled off into darkness. And Ivor got the
He got worm.
sperm worms and then the vagina face tentacles. But then, you don't see what happens to his body. He's just gone.
I felt like sometimes this was a live action version of Yurosuke Doji, fucking, the Overlord.
No, I don't know that. I don't know if that's an anime. I don't.
It's Hinte.
Yeah, okay.
Well, how about you, buddy baby boy? What was your favorite kill?
Good question. There are good guys. So I don't know if I want to go with dickworm rape, or again the Illuma in the tunnels, because they were both good. I think I'm probably gonna go Illuma in the tunnels too, because that was a great effect with her, everything tightening around her, her organs popping out, her head just explodes. It was a great kill, and the special effects were really good on that.
Yeah. All considering special effects round trip, pretty fucking solid. We got the gore.
Yeah, we got that. So yeah, we're in agreement that we're going to the Luma in the tunnel this one. So let's move on to the odds and ends.
Just when you thought it was over, here comes the odds and ends.
All right.
Spooky.
Ratings. IMDb gives it a 5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, it has 31% official thermometer score with a 28% audience score.
Meh.
And Amazon gives it 4.3 out of 5. Plot keywords, there were 128, including strip naked, nudity, human animal love, animal in love with a woman, which I don't know if I'd call that love, but alien rapes a woman is a plot keyword.
Yeah.
And these last two are real interesting. If you, this is something, I can't believe this is a plot keyword, but telling someone to shut up, I've never seen that before as a plot keyword, but that is apparently.
That's in my movie.
Yep. And reading a book. So if you want your movies with rape and someone telling someone to shut up and someone reads a book and book read, this is one for you. Trivia, there's actually quite a bit here that I found. So I'm trying to get through this as quick as I can. One of these is funny. It's going to circle back around to something you said earlier. So James Cameron got his big career break when he noted that the director and camera crew didn't produce enough shots for the movie. He requested to be second unit director as well so that he could film additional shots. His request was honored, and one of his suggestions was adding a scene involving the severed arm covered squirming maggots. Cameron used real maggots, but because they didn't move by themselves, he invented a setup by hooking a power drill line to the arm and hiding the cords inside the set. One of his co-workers would then plug the wire into an electrical outlet, letting the maggots wiggle on cue. On the day that
you say wiggle, you mean getting electrified. Okay.
On the day of the effect was shot, two of the future producers of Piranha 2: The Spawning were on set. They were so impressed by Cameron's ingenuity that they immediately told him they had big plans for his future and signed him on for his first directorial deal when he produced on some. I forget. I guess I lost the rest of that. Didn't copy the rest.
Did you ever see Spawning 2? Or
I need
Piranha
to see
2?
I need to see the Piranha movies. I need to go back and see those.
Fun. So there's the OG. There's a part 2. There's a remake.
I saw the remake one.
And then there's those new remakes.
Yeah,
which are fun. They're just stupid tit movies.
Yeah, that's the one I've seen. Yeah, with Paul Scheer and some other people. Yeah, that's the one I saw.
Yeah, those Michael Clark Dunk. It's silly. It's silly fun.
Yeah. So here's what this is one I was getting a kick out because you almost nailed this directly right on the head earlier. Sid Haig didn't think the dialogue in his script matched the character of Quhad, so he asked Roger Corman if he could play Quhad as a near mute instead.
Wow.
When Corman asked why, Haig said, "Have you read the script?"
God damn.
Corman agreed and let Haig portray Quhad with almost no dialogue, only having one line the whole movie, the crystal thing.
Did they let him ad-lib it?
I don't know about that, but you pretty much nailed it. I was like, oh shit, he's about to call this out. Yeah. Taffy O'Connell was nearly crushed by the 1-ton giant worm during filming of the rape scene.
That's what I call my dick. Just kidding.
Speaking of which, originally Taffy O'Connell's character was supposed to be attacked and eaten by a giant worm after she ended up topless. The commentary on the 2010 Shout Factory DVD includes R.J. Kaiser, one of the 3 editors of the film. Kaiser reveals that the originally filmed version of Demia character's death scene changed the original significantly as the movie was made. The initial writing of the scene had the maggot only stripping and consuming a topless Demia, but Roger Corman, being Roger Corman, said, nope, I need more rape.
Let's make it sexy.
Had promised financial backers that the movie would have a sex scene involving O'Connell. So he merged the two ideas together. His rewrite of the scene had Damia reacting in terror when confronting the 12-foot-long creature in quote-unquote id monster created from her own mind, complete with tentacles, but having the terror give way to forced sexual arousal as the monster strips and rapes her. The rewritten scene included full nudity and far more explicit sexual content, including simulated sexual intercourse, and ended with Demia moaning provocatively, covered in excreted slime and being driven to an orgasm so intense it kills her. After informing director Clark and actress O'Connell about the changes of having both of them balk and participate in the more sexually explicit scene, Corman decided to direct the entire scene himself, hired a body double for O'Connell to shoot the full nudity sex sequences. Although O'Connell ended up in front of the camera nude for most of her final scene, she did not object to being nude while filming, but she was upset the fact that the set and the slime she was be covered in was freezing the day of the shoot.
Oh.
The crew's suits, this is a fun fact, were modified, the different patches and tags, were modified suits from Battlestar Galactica from 1978.
Beady.
That the producers picked up for little money after the series was canceled.
No shit.
This movie was also originally rated X by the MPAA. The following scenes were cut for an R-rated scene. R-rating. Scenes of evisceration and a protracted shot of a scalped corpse with part of its skull missing.
From the beginning.
From the beginning. Several frames from the infamous worm rape scene showing the giant worm's thrusting movement and the victim's face in ecstasy and the climax of both of them. Sounds of bones breaking from a scene in which another female character gets crushed by living wire. Oh, they say wires, but they were tentacles.
So the deleted scene, it was actually just her laying next to the giant worm as
with
he
a
smokes
cigarette.
Like, oh, was it good for you, baby?
The original X-rated version of the movie is confirmed to be lost or destroyed. The walls of the spaceship, the Quest, which was the ship that the main cast was on, were covered or made out of McDonald's takeout cartons from back in the day. And you can clearly see like the form of them. They're just like put them up there and then painted them.
I got one thing. I'm watching it as they're like going down the corridors. I'm thinking Mystery Science Theater, like when they're on the way to the fucking theater.
That's exactly. It's so good.
Waiting for fucking Tom Servo to say some nutty shit.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah,
I thought show.
Yeah, it's very similar to that. That's a great show.
I go Mike J. Nelson. A lot of people like Joel. I like Mike J. Nelson.
Okay. In earlier drafts of the screenplay, when the movie was going to be titled Planet of Terror or Quest, both Aluma and Demia were described as very buxom girls. And just like Demia's famous worm rape death scene, Aluma's death was also much more sexual, with the tentacles that grab her in the tunnel turning into monster hands which tear off her clothes and molest her.
Was this written by a fucking 11-year-old?
No, it's Roger Corman, who loves rape, apparently. That guy might need to be on a... He probably may be on like a sexual...
I'm pretty sure Roger Corman's dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know there's actually a deleted scene? It was originally in the script. Sorry, I'm going to jump in real
go
quick.
ahead.
You're like,
I might.
All right, so Roger Corman had a buddy who, you know, he was looking for work kind of thing. And so that warm suit thing, he helped him write that scene. And he was inside the suit. Do you know who that man was?
No.
Harvey Weinstein. Sorry, I had to worm that one in there.
Well done. Well done. Well done. All right. Taffy O'Connell being stripped naked by a giant amorous space slug was named number 10 on its top 20 gratuitous nude scenes of the 1980s by website Flashback in July of 2014. In earlier drafts of the screenplay, when the movie was going to be titled Planet of Terror or Quest... Oh, wait, I already did that one. And here's the last thing, a plot hole, which I was waiting to talk about this when I brought this up.
Just one.
Just one
plot.
Ranger never actually dies.
Yeah. But
Cameron is designated as sole survivor and says, you killed them all. Well, you killed them all. Ranger's fine as far as we know. He was there hanging out with Cameron, who just walked up the stairs and went in and did all that.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, Ranger's still there just sitting down.
He's waiting for him like, hey, Cam.
You coming back, buddy?
Hey, we doing this?
Yeah, I'd like to get off this planet now.
This place is spooky. Yeah,
Let's go. Ranger's still alive. He never dies. But
he's in the sequel. That's how he became Freddy Krueger.
All right, so that brings us to this week's budget game.
They spent how much? The budget game.
All right, nachos. I don't know if you were expecting this, but what is your guess for the budget of the 1981 Galaxy of Terror?
$4.5 million.
$4.5 million. All right. Let's see. Are you correct?
He chose poorly.
Budget $700,000. Now you can redeem yourself with the box office gross.
$4.5 million.
$4.5 million. Gee, I guess somebody might have looked something up.
You have chosen wisely.
Box office gross $4 million.
Wow. I guess sometimes the sun does shine on a dog's ass.
Yeah, when you Google the answer ahead of time, apparently.
What?
It was funny. As soon as he guessed the budget, I said it was wrong. He emphatically reached for his laptop, like, "Oh fuck no! I'll prove you're wrong. I know it's this."
I would never do that. I am not petty.
But then, yeah, you got the box office and the budget mixed up. All right.
Whoa!
Listen.
So the dude that played the Shadow Monster, Brian Wade, kind of getting some Adam Sandler vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
a little
good.
bit. Yeah, got
So
that nose.
hot, the one to touch the head.
Yeah, I Am Sandler's coming to St. Louis, which I can't believe he's still doing concerts or shows.
Whoa,
like
he's
that.
doing like stand up.
Yeah.
No shit.
Which I can only assume it's for people of like my generation and older.
Hey, I love
because
that
like the entire commercial and ads for him are just nothing but him doing his Turkey song from like 1993 or 94, whenever that thing came out. He's like, so
man.
the material from the 90s.
Dead serious.
That is what he's gonna be doing.
Adam Sandler's "What the Hell Happened to Me" and
the shampoo song, and
whatever that other. Those are fucking hilarious. And he does a song about Chris Farley. Probably make you tear up.
Oh. All right,
You're a human.
Let's move on to Mortal Kombat.
At the end of this day, one shall stand, one shall fall.
Fight to survive!
Good versus bad. Right versus wrong. Light versus dark. In the end, when the dust settles, who will be left standing after Mortal Kombat
Those
combat?
nachos crinkle plastic wrap and stuff.
Marshall, where do you stand on the fight versus spearmint versus regular mint?
I don't know.
You're not partial. You'll just take
I
whatever
guess
you get.
when I was a kid, I guess I always went spearmint. I think.
You've
But-
chosen.
Oh no, I know. Thank you.
wisely.
I don't.
He's like, I gotta drive.
Yeah, I can't chew gum. I gotta drive. And I'm just not a gum chewer. I just kind of lost its appeal to me.
Okay.
But when it comes to flavors, it's like mints and stuff. Wintergreen all the way.
Peppermint lifesavers. Who remembers those weird commercials from the 90s where it's just like these fucking like black Jamaican dudes? I mean, usually that goes hand in hand, but a little redundant there. They're like, peppermint with Wintergreen. I don't know. Anyway, hey, so what about the fucking
All right, Mortal
comments?
Kombat Combat. There are 682 total reviews on Amazon.
We're going to read them all.
So, yep, sit back, get comfortable. We're doing all of them. 62% are 5-star, with only 3% being 1-star. I was really surprised at that breakdown. I thought it would. I did not think it would be that drastic of a gap. So, starting with the 5 stars from American Product Critic. This old horror flick was made in the 1980s when space horror was new and psychedelic movie making was at its height. Kids today see space horror as one big mockumentary, so the genre is essentially dead. I don't know about
This
that.
dude's full of shit for starters because they were doing that in the 50s
Yeah,
and the
sci-
40s. Yeah.
I wouldn't call space horror a mockumentary. I don't think anybody thinks that. I could be wrong.
Okay, maybe.
But
he's
if you
talking
think if you're the one of the millennial people or Gen Z or whatever they're fucking called now, I don't know, and you think space horror movies are a big mockumentary and that the genre is dead, why don't you call and let us know? Call the hotline at 7404-SUCK-IT and let us know your opinion on that.
Marshall, that number one more time.
7404-SUCK-IT.
That's right.
But if you want to return to an era when the trope was taken seriously, watch this cult classic film, 5 stars. Lindsay, yeah. Yeah, something?
Nope.
Okay. Lindsay B. Pop a bucket of Poppy's favorite popping corns and gather up your little squirts for this high-flying adventure starring not Tom Selleck and George's fiancee Mom from Seinfeld. Explore the sexual habits of giant maggots and maybe make a friend or two along the way. Smiley winky face. Bonus points for baby Freddy Krueger, or as I like to call him, Freddy Krueger. 5 stars.
She's a woman cut from the same cloth as myself.
Look out, Sarah.
Yeah.
Lindsay Bees. From Michael Pagliaro. Corman movies are awesome.
All explanation points, all capitals, 3 explanation points. I'm assuming.
You would think, actually, no, just 1 exclamation point, but
Oh.
still want to rate with some emphasis. From Who Knows? I saw it as a kid, and I had to have it. I was transfixed on it because of the story back then and utterly confused by the maggot rape scene.
Not the other way around. Yeah.
I think the confusion stemmed from my mom telling me that the giant maggot was squeezing the woman to death. See how parents lie to kids thinking kids are stupid? Anyway, tried watching it again and was totally disinterested. What can I say other than it was a reminder of my childhood? 5 stars.
Why?
Who lets their kid watch this?
It was actually... It's Harry Weinstein showing his kid his fucking work. It's like, and I totally nutted in that chick.
Ugh. So anyway, that's what we're... And we got...
Okay.
His royal dudeness.
That's a good name.
I was in this movie as a child. Wait, no, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Into.
Yeah, I was... No, I'm sorry. I was this movie as a child.
Oh, we're playing Mad Libs here.
Yeah, I was this child.
Rubik's Cube.
I was this movie as a child. That's a weird sentence to say. Well over 30 years ago, I found it more confusing than scary then. Now I just love seeing Freddy Krueger and Captain Spaulding together. 5 stars.
Okay.
So if he was this movie, was he going around like raping chicks and like... Did he have a glowing head as a kid?
The film became sentient.
Yeah.
Based on a true story.
Based on true, yeah. It's a document. It's an autobiography. It's a biopic.
David Bowie.
Yeah, I mean that's where Major Tom happened. Like he was out in space,
the man who fell
on the quest,
Yep.
and Major Tom, he's the only survivor of the Hespis because everybody else got murder raped by dick worms.
Slug rape, penetrate.
So
and
David Bowie's like, hey, Major Tom here, calling Earth. Let's get me home.
And then he's like, and then he transformed into Ziggy Stardust.
Yes.
But we won't ask the Thin White Duke about it.
No.
He's kind of a dick.
From Jose Ramos. I haven't seen this in years. I love the over-the-top acting. The blood, the creature's great. But after all this time, I still can't make sense of that ending. 5 stars.
So the consensus is, I think this falls into the what the fuck is happening category
Exactly.
of films. Okay.
So, speaking of which, you can get yourself a What the Shit is Happening shirt by going over to the horriblehorrorpodcast.com merch page, and you can order yourself your very own What the Shit is Happening shirt.
Wow.
Yeah.
I, too, can own a What the Shit shirt?
Yep.
Well, I mean, if I'm buying one shirt, I might as well buy another.
You might as well.
Should probably get a Why She Talk?
Why She Talk? Or the limited edition Nachos McWeroff designed alternate logo.
Oh, wow.
Beer glass.
Forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Probably be pretty cool drinking a big beer out of it.
Yeah. And lastly, from Amazon customer just writes, very erotic movie. 5 stars.
Not wrong. Not wrong at all.
All right, so 1-star reviews here from Michael J. Thornley. Not very good. In its defense, the movie is pretty old. 1 star.
Citizen Kane's pretty fucking old. But,
from Sarah Burke. I almost bought this movie for my aunt while I was watching because we both have a lot of cult sci-fi. We both have a love of cult sci-fi. But big warning, there is a graphic and tasteless rape scene. Rape scene is all bold in caps, by the way. So I canceled the order because it was too uncomfortable.
Cancel.
So it's too uncomfortable to watch it, and I don't want to send something like that to my aunt.
Well, sorry, Sarah, you and your aunt don't enjoy tasteful rape scenes.
Yeah, tasteful rape.
Wait, so is she into tasteful rape scenes? Like,
yeah, I guess tasteful
like
rape.
Embravement? No, what is that? Irrelevant? Or whatever, the one with Monica Bellucci gets fucking railed out for like 15 minutes. Anyway.
I have watched a million sci-fi adventure movies and rarely see a graphic rape scene, or even one at all. And I'm racking my brains right now to think of one.
I can think of several.
I was really disappointed that this one was so tasteless about it.
Remember
that
Ewok adventure movie?
Oh, yeah.
So much rape.
That scene will upset any survivors watching it. Blech. One star.
Rape survivors.
Oh.
Sorry, rape survivors.
But then, that's not all.
Oh, boy.
After that, it says, otherwise, it's pretty good.
Other than that little bugaboo. She's just like watching the movie, and that slug monster keeps calling her. She's just into the call, like, no.
From John L. P. Boring, to be honest. Literally, it's the letter P.
I thought it was going to be P fucking you.
No, just P. Boring, to be honest. Me and my boy A. Swizzle watched this movie, and it was a major...
A Swizzle? I know that guy. Hey, give me that $20, homie. Come on, quit fucking around. I want Doge coins.
Yeah, me and my boy A. Swizzle watched this movie, and it was a major snooze fest. Lame. 1 star. And Scott Hanna...
Could you tell him to come back and pick up that name he dropped?
A. Swizzle?
I ain't fucking touching that shit.
A. Swizzle. A. Swizzle.
Oh, found another name for Aaron.
Yep.
Drippin' Daddy. A. Swizzle.
And lastly, from Scott Hanna, which probably wraps up perfectly, I didn't know what I had just watched. 1 star.
I feel you, Scott.
All right, so that's what the battle was on that. So let's wrap it up with our final thoughts and takes on it. Nachos, take us out. What's your final take on this one?
All right, boss. So, Roger Corman, you kind of know what you're getting into. And also, New World production, which is Charlie Band, the Puppet Master films and stuff. That's like back when he had a company and stuff that actually had money to do things with, opposed to just wire puppets. Seriously, somebody needs to talk to Charles Band about his puppet fetish. Okay, so back to this. Acting's pretty standard for what it's worth. Special effects, pretty fucking great considering gore's amazing. Boobs, so all that. The music is kind of fun. Great intro song for that synth. But all in all, the pacing of this movie is abysmal. It moves at a me pace. Because Christ. No, but so is it cerebral? Sure. We'll say it's cerebral. Does it come at me with a bunch of stupid sci-fi jargon, which I fucking absolutely adore? You fucking nerf herder. Yeah, but all in all, watch it once. You could probably, on your PS4, just hold the fucking skip button down so you can just double time it.
Yeah. So, yeah, check it out. It's so good. It's scary, right? So, see, I didn't think about it. So bad it's good. So bad it's good. I give it 4 maggot rapes out of 10 out of a Freddy Krueger and Sid Haig. No, I give it 4 I die by the crystal. I live by the crystal. I die by the crystal out of fucking 10. T-shirt? No, for real though. Maybe I'll get you. Maybe I'll make that shirt for you. Dude, when's your birthday? June 1st for the listeners out there. What about you, Marshall? What do you think? I agree that the pacing's a little weird. It falls apart at the end. Yeah, but I can't. The cast is really good. The acting's not terrible. It's not The Godfather. Let's keep that in mind. By horrible horror standards, it's pretty fucking good. Yeah. You got some big names, recognizable people. The special effects are pretty goddamn good. The bloody gore special effects and even the sci-fi special effects are, even if they're bad, they're fun bad. For this type. It's the kills are great. There's some really good. And they're not censored to death like on a later Friday the 13th, V. Yeah, that was such a shame. But yeah, overall, I didn't think I'd say this, but when I first was saw this movie, oh my god, this is gonna be bad. I'm saying so bad it's good. It sucks, but it's a good suck. Yeah, you have to watch. There's so much weird, crazy shit that goes on in this movie that you have to watch it to almost just believe your eyes, because you can't listen to this and you're like, fuck, shut up. No, go watch it. It's free on Tubi. Just go watch this.
It's free on everywhere.
Yeah, well, not like YouTube and stuff.
If you say, I guarantee you it's on YouTube. If you say Galaxy of Terror 3 times, it's going to be at your fucking house.
Yeah.
It's like Beetlejuice. Definitely, this is a
Candyman.
Get your buddies, a couple beers, some buds, whatever, get impaired and watch this movie.
Yeah, like, this movie is a trip, man. I mean, and then he's got fucking space kung fu at the end.
Right.
Like, Cameron is just like suddenly becomes this badass kung fu master, and he comes out of nowhere, because nowhere in the rest of the movies they've been showing any kind of hand-to-hand combat. Cameron shows no inclination of being like this physical
he knows
power
space judo. Watch out! Drop that line in there.
It just comes so far out of left field, out of nowhere, that I was like, what? I wasn't prepared for it. And yeah, so bad it's good. It's confusing. The ending's weird, but goddamn, it's a fun, interesting ride that I think needs to be experienced at least once.
It's dumb. It's not hurting anybody.
Yeah, it's dumb fun.
Give it a shot, and fuck, for all you know, this could become one of your favorite little cult movies or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you got dick worm rape and
right, hand crystal food.
The crystal can food.
Oh my god,
it's unbelievable. You definitely got to watch this one. I think you definitely need to take it in for yourself and experience it. With that said, all right, it's good to be back. I will say, going forward though, I'm not sure what our recording schedule is going to be. I don't know. I don't think we're going to be weekly all the time. I think it might be bi-weekly, or maybe there might be times where it's once a month. I don't know, because life is getting more complicated as our kids are getting older, involved in more things and travel and stuff. So,
and as I'm experiencing crystal meth for the first time in my life.
Yeah. So nachos will continue to be around when I need them.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be able to get Aaron back in. Aaron has contacted me. He says he's ready to come back. It just, again, today he couldn't make it because he had to take his kid to Disney on Ice. He had tickets. So we had to push him off.
I had tickets too, dude. I'm so fucking bummed I didn't get to go.
I didn't think Disney on Ice was still a thing. I remember going when I was like 3 or 4.
When I was like 17.
Yeah, I went when it's like,
yo, Jasmine's hot. Take it off.
But Aaron will be back. He's looking forward to getting back in the studio, so that's good. Hoping we can get Slick and Nasty Jeff up and to come back in here at some point too.
Slick and Nasty Jeff? What's he from?
Oh, he would be from that your second favorite podcast, the Here Comes the Spooky, that little show.
Oh wow, I know. Oh wait, I'm the co-host on that show.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Boy, if you like the Horrible Horror Podcast and like to hear belligerently drunk people scream at each other about video games, how small their dicks are, and other amazing topics, well, tune into the Here Comes the Spooky Podcast, where we watch bad movies so you don't have to.
Oh! Copyright infringement!
Stepping on my toes! We're getting ready to do...
You'll be hearing from my lawyer, sir.
That's you. That's another title you have. Esquire. Lawyer. We're getting ready to do Sleepaway Camp 2, so if any of our listeners double dip, well, you can
yeah, we did that one. We did that as a live show the first day we met you.
Well, we are too. Oh, yeah. And then you just posted those pictures.
We did that at Contamination, the very first one, where we met you.
Your head was about ready to fall off. You looked raw.
No, that was the second one.
Oh.
That was the first one. The very first one.
That's right. At that, where the fuck was it?
It was like this old
barn hotel.
Yeah, it was down in Fenton. Like, it was a weird hotel.
Sketchy, weird place.
Yeah. No surprise the hotel is closed now. It's all closed down and boarded up.
What, like it fell down on itself?
No, they just went out of business, I guess, after the pandemic. But anyway, yeah. So we did Sleepaway Camp 2 as our first live show. We were recording live on the con floor there. And
that's when you got the Hacksaw Jim Duggan promo? Okay. Yep.
And that's when you came up and we met you for the first time.
That's right. So
it comes full circle.
Oh, wow. Now the Marshall's the master.
Yep,
and then your fucking head just
my
head's
gonna start glowing red. Yep.
You should go see a doctor about that. I'm getting worried. Plug the podcasts. something.
Also, Sarah Samples is looking forward to coming back. She's excited, and we're gonna try to get Chris back on here too as well.
What about Coffee Doug and his amazing voice?
Coffee Doug, man, I'm envious of that voice of his, man.
It's so soothing.
Coffee's Doug is the hardest person to pin down. He is always doing shit.
He's like a Gandalf. It's
like he's somebody
never
I have to
late.
I have to schedule him like a year ahead of time.
Well, understood. His fingers are in several different soups. Wait, people do that? His coffee is in several different pots.
There you go. Sure, why
we'll
not?
roll with that.
he's brewing many different pots at the same time. Anyway,
do you have any dumb jokes? You got anything? Any closers?
I gave you my dumb knock joke already.
Should we call Aaron to see if he has a shit joke? should we check the hotlines?
No, that's Aaron's dumb joke is your shtick for your. I won't step on you guys' toes, unlike you who just stomp all over mine. All right, guys, we're rambling on. If you're still listening to this, I don't know why, but thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so yeah, we'll be back sometime soon.
Join the Patreon.
Yeah, we have a Patreon too. You can always join there and help out.
Stop the patriarchy.
That would be great. Anything helps keep the show going. In the meantime, guys, till next time, you know what to do. Watch more horror movies, and remember to always keep it tight.
Bye.
And get those crystals.